broken. It was not me who was controlling this body. Oh, I want to know what's really real to me before it vanishes like a wave. Get up the rock, get up the burst. Tell me the fight on me, the ways to make her. You must have heard it. Grasp the truth, hold it high, right the beats. That's what this makes us start with. You haven't heard.
Yo, what's good, Gdom?
Don't be afraid to listen to your own heart. Beat the sonic, that's my heartbeat in you. One day I noticed that the world was broken. Spoiled out hell, we had our senses down. Oh, I won't see this whole world falling blue. Not this space marched in black. Hey, get up the rock, get up the bar. Tell me the pride, I'll be the ways to make her. You must have heard it. Grasp the truth, hold it high, raise your voice. That's how you start a new thing. You must have heard it now. Don't be afraid to listen to your own heart. Beat the sonic, that's my heartbeat in you.
It is indeed Guilty Gear time. How's it going, Moose?
That room is filled with easy answers to swallow. Life is to gobble down the perfect killer. That truth is that you are the one making it done. Don't need my answer to be written the book. Oh, I want to keep my thirst for what this world. No use in passion, not oh. Get on the rock, get up the bar, step in the
Whoa, Gdom. Dropping the big tier 1, joining the Skeleton Brigade. Enjoy your little skeleton icon there. Hope he treats you well. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. The streams in the Discord have helped me had more fun than I've had in a long time. You'll love to see it. That makes me incredibly happy to hear, actually. Let's see, what do we pick for song number 2? You know what, that was a little intense. Let's chill out a little bit. It may be Tuesday, but that doesn't mean it can't be Friday night. How's it going, Lungs? Playing tonight as Venom, you expect to go 0-2. Well, luckily, if you're on stream, you probably have the exact person you need to give you advice. Separately, I don't know if you know, but he'll say this while we're doing it, but even if you're not on stream, if you send Ryan over your replays for this tournament, if you didn't get to be on stream, he will review your match on his stream just for you. Gotta dance to this song like Kiryu and Majima do? Okay, hold up. It's just me, so this is gonna look a little weird, but... Is that good enough? Finally, it's Friday. Can you believe it? I got the moves. I'm glad the Academy agrees. Does Dolce have moves? Sometimes. Dolce's a little lazy. Banana's got moves. That boy is grooving. How's it going, Sushi? Let's see, did the Steam maintenance end yet? Did not.
Yeah, this is perfect.
But Sajam did drop the big raid. All right, Ryan's not here yet, so it's just me. Bam. How's it going, everybody? As you can see, next to me is where Ryan Hunter will be in just a little bit here. But I'll also drop the big thanks for Slime Guru, Radcon, Jolte, Big Don Johnson, J Blue, A1 Hired, and Sammy Jammy for dropping the big follows. How's it going, Hotashi? Peripheral, Ohaise, also thank you for the follows. Where should you check in? On Challenge. Also keep your eye on Sajam's Discord. Sajam said I was gonna beat Nameless King? I've beaten Nameless King. I've gotten all the rings in that game, dude. I had to beat him on New Game Plus too. Apparently signed up for the tournament in a fugue state. I'm actually not super sure what a fugue state means. How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much, Sajam, for dropping the big raid. Hope you're all looking forward to some dope-ass video games, because we're going to get some. Let's see. Yeah, we'll keep this going. How you doing, chat room? What Walter White did when he got naked and went to give me a server. Also, thank you very much. Oh my god, that's so many. Greed Sever. You know what? No thank you, Greed Sever, for the follow. You don't get one. Chebble, nupperz, Kitsur Narasu, Bar, and Phoenix Raw for the big follows. I'm kidding, Obi. Appreciate it. That's not my water bottle. I've got on my desk. I've got a little like bag of like treats for Dolce and Banana. I was about to hand it in the mouth, straight in. This is beginners, yes. What's good, Drawdrick? All right. Big bracket tonight, as always. The big 64. Greed Sever Appreciators. I don't think the Greed Sever Appreciators is the Council of Soul Bad Guys. I could be wrong. But I'm not wrong about thanking Godfrid, Novik, and CB Ryu for also big following. Appreciate it. And CNS Panic, or Panic, rather. You know, I said this in my Go Live notification. I don't know how many of you saw it. If any of you say the word Monster Hunter, I'm actually going to ban you. Don't do it. That's brutal and mean and unkind. And to me, a local streamer who can't play right now. Can you backdash Potbuster Greed Sever? I'm almost positive, yes. As much as I'm positive, thank Big Lazy Laser for the follow. Oh, I see. Don't test me. Don't test me. Do I play off stream? Yes. Although I have played on stream before. It's just, I'm streaming Guilty Gear tonight, right? And then I'm streaming Street Fighter tomorrow. And then maybe Thursday? Metal Gear Solid. Dude, Hanzo, I was gonna play a song from Peace Walker. Actually, that reminded me, but then I found out I was gonna probably get DMCA'd for it, so never mind. The final boss theme in Peace Walker slaps. It's out, I think, in like 40 minutes. Am I insane for thinking that? Yeah, I love deterrence. But yeah, I'm doing Street Fighter tomorrow, and then I'm doing thanking Gordon Gucci, the big Subaruni. Thank you very much, Gordon Gucci, and let me say that you are looking Gucci. Appreciate you. Oh, you know what? The two people who just followed, if you're still here and you're listening to my subbed, I mean, if you're listening. Oh, 10 p.m. EST? Okay, we got a chance. Although I don't know, Ryan's analysis go pretty long. Codenum and Gordon Gucci, I got a favor. You both drop subs, which means that you have to answer my mythical question. What is your favorite fighting game character and why? I need that from you. That is your payment to me. Damn it, Majaktos. And Lemju, thank you for the big follow. How's it going, Seth? Hope you're chilling. Dude, Seth, you used the Lithero emote. You want to hear something insane? I made a video a million years ago as a wee lad that got stolen, right? I said this like a billion times on stream. But it got stolen. It was a video of Ken doing all the uppercuts, right? And recently, Lithero, like the last couple years or so, made like a tribute video to it. And he actually like called me out on it. He was like, thanks to good old Solid Bones, made the original Ken video. And I was like, wow. Lithero knows, he's a real one. The video got like 2 million views, but the one on my channel has like 20K views. It be do. So everybody, if you're just joining in, be moral, grab a seat. We're gonna get Ryan in here just a little bit. I'll join the Discord in like 4 minutes. I'm just kind of making sure everything's working, waiting for the Steam. It ended. There you go. I'm gonna boot up Guilty Gear now. But whatchamacallit? We're gonna get started here just a little bit. So get cozy. Tournament's gonna start in about 9 minutes. Okay. Probably gonna get attacked for this, but Eddie from Plus R, he's tough as hell to use, but the first time I was able to use both characters at once was so satisfying. Nobody's gonna give you hate for being an Eddie player. Damn it! Rickonomics! Venom for gay representation. Hell yeah. All the super creative shit you can do with balls and overall aesthetic design. Addy Zato is your favorite design. Nice. You got a thermodynamics exam? That sounds difficult. I wish you luck. Alright, let me pop in here. Let me see if, Oh. Alright. We're chilling in the Discord. Now we're just waiting for good old Ryan. Give him a ping. But let me set up the lobby here real quick, everybody. Thank you all for big hanging out and chilling. I hope the stream was good, by the way, Sayjam. Everyone tell me, was it a good stream? I didn't update the bracket! No! Give me 1 sec, I got it. Sorry about that. If I talk, will chat hear you? Yes, Trin. Use that power responsibly. And Warbeast. Drop the big follow. Talking points really fun today, most about the Project L leaks. Nice. It feels bad when I'm actually just so busy with work that I can't even poke in for a second. But I can still thank Mickelson. And you know, that can get me through the day. Man, the song slaps, doesn't it? I'm in a band. Also, yes, thank your local Trinity now. Have you seen that outfit? No straight can pull it off? I think you're right, Gdom. There, that should be it. Look at that, all updated and ready to go. How's it going, Cheap Death? This is a song from Hat in Time. I won't blame you if you don't know it. Alright, let me make this here Larrowby. Yes, I am using my hitbox to navigate the menus, by the way. Thank you all for pointing it out. DM this Lord Trin. Also, thank you very much, Captain Puka. Dropping the big follow. Alright, we're just waiting for Ryan to get on in here now. How y'all doing? Y'all excited for some Guilty Gear? Yeah. Everyone powering up. It may have been a long day, but we're here now and ready to start screaming and getting hype. Alright, let's put on some hype shit while we wait for Ryan. That's pretty good. Which Dunkin' Donut in this week are we? Right off the Parkway. Interstate 42. Damn. Didn't know Robo-Ky was still alive in Exert. It's pretty cool. He is, but he's a different one, isn't it? Am I crazy? Isn't it a different robot? This song slaps. If you don't know, this is a cover of Bowser's theme from Thousand Year Door. And Bowser in that game is the best Bowser's ever been. Yeah, Robo-Ky died for real, for real. Thank you for the lore masters. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go back to talking about the real lore, about how Soul and Kai are brothers. PTYD, best Paper Mario. I feel like that's not a hot take, right? I like Paper Mario 1 and 2 a lot, but they are different. Are you gonna say, what, Super Mario RPG exists? That's not a Paper Mario game. Actually, it's a very easy statement to say in the face of Super Mario RPG. Oh, do you just mean the Bowser in Super Mario RPG? Oh! Mr. Ryan Hunter, can you hear me? Oh. Say something again, Mr. Ryan.
Uh-oh, hold on, I don't hear anything.
Hello? Testing, Mr. Ryan. Testing, testing.
Okay, that's better, that's better, that's better.
There you go. All right, you want to
All
slap
right,
your cam
what's
up
up?
real quick?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I also need to turn my Guilty Gear down. There we go, otherwise I'm gonna hear it the whole time. Okay, let's see here, stream, and pop this bad boy out.
Yes, Kliff is the father of half of the Guilty Gear cast. This has been well established throughout my streams.
All right. Oh my.
Nice, there you are. Let me, hold on. Zoop. Let me click this fella. Wow, that just worked like that? It remembered? Wow, what a good game.
And there's my game feed.
Oh. Uh-oh. Hold up, chat. You said there's my game feed, and it like immediately crashed my Discord. Okay, we're back. That was fantastic. Okay, let's do it again. Bam. All right, there's
I
Ryan.
can see my frame rate is bad, but it doesn't matter.
And we can watch your stream. Looking good. And then we can do this. We can flip over to the Ryan cam if we want. Love that. We can flip back to the regular Ryan whenever we please. Okay, let me reshare mine. Hit it with the big old Guilty Gear so you can see what's happening. Rad. Cool. Ryan, say hi to the stream, why don't you?
Hello, everybody. I'm gonna make a tweet real quick. I already retweeted yours, but I'll make a tweet also. And I think there's another thing I wanted to do. Don't remember now. All right, we'll do the tweet.
We'll do the tweet. Rad. All right, we'll cut the music for now, Chad Rooney, and we're gonna... I will say, one of the nicest things about Guilty Gear's lobby is just by default it cycles through all the Guilty Gear music, which is possibly the best waiting room music you could be subjected to.
I didn't even realize that it cycles through. I
Yeah,
don't think
I'm
I've
pretty
been in a lobby long enough to realize that.
Everybody, is Ryan loud enough? Do you think it should be a little louder? We can crank him up a bit. Ryan, what do you think about Venom?
Venom is the coolest fighting game character ever created of all time.
Love that.
I can say that louder if I need to.
That sounds good to me, Chad. Does that sound about good now? I know he was loud at first. Don't be intimidated.
Let me actually like sit back a little bit. I'm kind of leaned forward because I'm typing. Let me sit back. Is this volume better? This is probably what it's going to be most of the time.
Okay, everyone's saying still too loud for sure. Okay, one more time, Ryan, for the people in the back.
I mean, Venom is still the coolest fighting game character to ever have been created.
Sounds good to me. Doing better? Sounds good? Love to hear it. Sick! Man, I feel like trying to do it by, like, not just asking your chat is so hard. But
Yeah.
it is easy to thank Awesome Samurai for the big follow. Yeah, and you are mispronouncing Eddie, Ryan. You should correct that statement.
Yeah, right.
But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in here and watching. To introduce ourselves quickly, in case it is your first time here, whatchamacallit? My name is Bones. I'm going to be running the stream tonight, more or less, over here with my man Ryan. Ryan's going to be doing a lot of really awesome analysis for all of us. And yeah, it should be really fun. It is beginner focused, as a reminder of how these tournaments go. Basically, if you place in the top 8 at any of our beginner tournaments, you are banned. Get out of here. Like, you're not coming back, but you are allowed in our open bracket, which is on the alternate weeks. So basically being in the top 8 and getting banned means that you have graduated, which is super great. And let me just pop open something on my end. Ryan, would you like to introduce yourself to the crowd briefly?
Perfect timing. I just finished my tweet. My name is Ryan Hunter. I've been playing fighting games for a million years, specifically Guilty Gear for basically that entire time. And yeah, I've been commentating and playing for many, many years. So just wanted to try to help, help new players get off the ground. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I completely neglected to say who I am. I'm old fighting game head in a lot of ways. I'm from the scene over here in New Jersey. I don't think I've got quite the resume of Ryan, but damn it, I've got Moxie, and that's all that matters. And I do love Guilty Gear. I have played a hell of a lot of it. And it looks like we already got our first match queued up here, Ryan, which is going to be a Jam versus somebody who's going to be playing either Kliff or Pot. Two pretty different characters.
Yeah, Kliff and Pod, I mean, they're both a little bit limited on mobility, but yeah, pretty different play styles.
Yeah, it's like my friend Linfinity. Oh, so you're gonna get the skeleton here a little bit, and bam, in the game. Look at that. Shavash going with Jam. General Jenkins going with Kliff. But yeah, like my friend I think put it really well once, where he says Kliff is a character who's got, if like you have stats on a scale of 1 to 10, Kliff's got a bunch of 10s and a bunch of 0s, and mobility in general is definitely one of his 0s.
Yeah, I mean, he does have I forget the name of the move, but the pole vaulting move.
That's good enough.
Which is like the main thing you need to look out for at all times when you're fighting him. You don't want to just let him get in for free like that. Okay. Like what we're seeing so far already.
Oh, a little bit of a drop. What?
Alright. Ooh, yeah, I don't love the charging 2H as Kliff in this matchup, because you're just going to let Jam card up for free, basically.
Oh, plus frames. Good
pressure.
job.
Nice. Oh,
wow.
That worked out really well.
It did. General Jenkins was actually close to stun.
Yeah, kind of an incidental.
Oh no!
Yeah, there you called it. You called it.
No, I don't think he's gonna have enough time.
No, that's not guaranteed.
Oh no! He has no.
Oh my god! What a start to the tournament! What a start to the tournament!
I appreciate Shavash trying to go for it, but you have to remember that when you stun someone, the dizzy starts going away while they're getting comboed.
Yeah, exactly. They can start mashing immediately. So it's actually pretty rare that Dizzy is going to allow you a guaranteed instant kill. In a lot of cases, to guarantee it, it's got to be a specific hit, and you sometimes have to RC it. So just a random hit like that, it's almost never going to be guaranteed if the opponent tries to mash. Okay, nice little conversion there off the drill.
Oh, and that is a fantastic answer to a lot of Kliff's more powerful mid-screen things. You can just, you can fly at him.
Oh, wrong super. I like the idea, but wrong super. Would have been able to punish the card, I think.
And wow.
I like it.
Kills. Oh, man.
I like just going for the drill and then having the mindset of, okay, if it's blocked, I'm just going to RC and resume my pressure. When your opponent is that low, it's a good, just kind of general strategy.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, that was super solid Kliff play. The one thing I'm immediately noticing from Shavash here is who I think I misspelled his name, and I'm so sorry if I did. I missed an H. Sorry, Shavash, not Shavash. My bad. But the one thing I'm noticing, Jam has a lot of moves, right, that, like, pop the opponent up, like, so high that you can basically do anything you want afterwards, right? Like, literally world's your oyster. Do you just feel like doing one JH? Like, totally, right? And we are seeing Shavash not capitalizing on those situations fully, and I know it can be intimidating, like, in Guilty Gear to try to go for some nasty combo, but sometimes you really just need the simple, like, 3-hit solutions that do, like, 80% of the damage that you can be looking for, right?
No, absolutely, absolutely. I was going to touch on that a little bit also. I think we'll keep an eye out for it, but the thing is, so I'm going to use the word flowchart here in a second, but I want to be clear before I even use it that it is not a negative thing in any way. It is just, the way to express this. But, Jam has a certain flowchart where your first hit, generally, you're doing a very short combo, and the intent is just to get a card. And then once you have the card, that opens up your combo routes, so that you can do more damage off your hits while still getting a knockdown, which lets you recard. So it takes a little bit of practice because you have to have this awareness of when to do which combo. You need to have kind of multiple combos, but that's kind of the goal of what you should be looking for, is once you get the first card, you can kind of use that to keep, recarding over and over.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's something, Ryan, that's interesting, where a lot of people will see a character like Jam. Or for those of you coming from Street Fighter, you may see a character like G, and you may just be like, both are gorillas, right? They want to hit you, do 1,000,000 damage. Oh, that was almost such a big punish. But it does take a lot of practice to get used to characters that have a lot of routes that they want to go for, right?
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, the pole vault is really throwing Shavash for a loop here. Doing a good job of blocking the 6H overhead, but doesn't seem like they know what to do about the pole vault. It is a very weird move because it can cross you up depending on the range. It is a high, so kind of an annoying move. And it is punishable, but it's not as punishable as you might think. I think it's like -8 or something like that, so...
For sure. And Pifemir, by the way, pointed out, it's called Nape Saddle. So there's your...
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, all his moves are like dragon-related, right? It's like Scale Ripper. See, like, this is a good opportunity, or a good example. We already had a card, right? So you hit that big counter hit Ryujin, you should be cashing out there. That combo should lead to, 30, 40, even 50%. And then you can still recard at the end, so you don't need to sacrifice the damage by immediately recarding. I mean, this is fine. Yeah, see, like this, exactly. You can use the cards, and the card's knocked down, so you get to recard.
Oh, good snipe with the dragon kick.
Very nice.
Oh, no!
Nice.
Maybe a little bit too good. Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Orion, sometimes it be due. It looks like there was a little bit of a spectator desync on our end, so I don't know if they're still playing or not. We're gonna wait for confirmation here from Trinity.
I don't see them saying anything in the tournament channel, so hopefully they're still playing.
Oh, they're not. They just said in the... Okay, cool. So that was each person...
one round each.
Yeah, each people had a round? Okay, get back in here. Yeah. I'll throw the link back to Trin. And then both of you just take a round real quick, and we'll go into our last one.
I don't know what the burst situation was, but I don't think it matters that much.
I don't either. I'm inclined to believe it doesn't super matter. We can probably go into our last one.
I'm not following you somehow. I wanted to open the stream chat. I think it, unfollowed you somehow.
Hey, thanks Ryan Hunter for the big follow. Ryan, how you feeling? Yeah, that was a strong dragon kick. Please don't dragon kick like that. The game can't take it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I could probably figure it out fairly quickly in training mode, but off the top of my head, I don't know, what the right combos are for Jam in this game. But it's that, like after you get a Ryujin, for example, you get that wall stick, you want to run up and do it's like 2H, 6H, or 6H, 2H, or something like that. But then if you have the card, you can do a little air combo and do the overhead and still get a knockdown and then recard. And there's a lot of variations. You don't have to do the air combo. You can just end with a knockdown, get a really crazy mix-up. But the point is you want to do something to cash out some of your damage and get a hard knockdown and recard in their face.
Yeah,
so.
Because Jam falls into a certain category character, right? I would say similar to Slayer and probably a couple other ones who have these very powerful tools in neutral, right? Like Dragon Kick is an absurdly powerful tool in neutral, and I think that being prepared to capitalize on landing that is gonna round out your game plan so much.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, going for the optimal stuff instead of going for the instant kill, a bold decision.
Oh.
General Jenkins, chop him in half. Kill him. Get in there. There you go. Wow, what a destructive round. You're both taking a round because you were down to the last one. But Jenkins,
I don't think he realizes.
Jenkins, no!
I don't think he realizes.
Jenkins, chill out!
Somebody DM him. Oh, and Shavash bursted now. It's a little scuffed, but it's okay.
You know, it's a little scuffed. We're going into this last round here. Maybe if Jenkins wants to throw his burst, throw out a homie burst, but otherwise we'll just play as it lies.
He's gonna round start burst, it's gonna hit. Okay.
There we go. All right.
Okay.
Last round. You love to see it. The sportsmanship, right?
Yeah, so that was perfect right there from Shavash using the 6H and then, or not 6H, or what is it, 6HH? God, it's been so long stuck with the jam. But using that to end the combo and then getting the first card. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love Shavash trying to use the 5K there to hold down the neutral. It's such a powerful button, but unfortunately Kliff's sword is just a little bit bigger in a lot of situations.
Yeah, so definitely I would say for Shavash, you know, you're landing a lot of Ryujins. You need a conversion off that, something that you're comfortable with. Just a good go-to off of the wall stick.
Just like that, General Jenkins is gonna take it 2-0. You know, a little bit of unnecessary roughness from Jenkins, trying to seize the victory in the round that he was supposed to lose, but it's okay. General Jenkins looking clean overall as a Kliff.
Yeah, and so I talked a lot about Shavash's play. I would say from Jenkins' point of view regarding Kliff, I liked what I was seeing overall. I liked what you were doing. The only thing I would be careful that maybe you're overusing drill. It was working for you there. But just be aware, you know, if the opponent is blocking it too much, it is technically punishable. It's pretty hard to punish. It requires some timing, and maybe some characters can't punish it because you do need something with a little bit of speed and range.
Yeah.
But, you know, just be aware that technically it is punishable, so you do want to be careful. If they start blocking it a lot and punishing, you got to be in control that you can stop doing it. But if it works, you know, keep on keeping on.
Sure. Was there anything you want to showcase, Ryan, or do you want to just jump into the next one?
We can just jump into the next one, honestly. If I knew Jam better off the top of my head, I would try to show a simple conversion. But, I mean, I think, like, the simplest off of the Ryujin is you would do, like, a puffball and then just run up and do, like, 2H, 6HH or something like that. I think if you watch, like, any Jam video, you'll probably see the, you know, a simple variation on that. But yeah, I would just say just find something that you're comfortable with that doesn't require any cards. And then, you know, ends with your card to get a knockdown, and then you land and you get another card and you meet them. So.
Yeah, for sure. And like I was saying earlier, it doesn't have to be, you know, if you like look on Dustloop or something, they're gonna have probably 4 million combos that you can get down depending on the weather, the weight of the character, like a lot of different things.
Exactly.
You can really just try to aim for one that's really simple, that's very like you can repeat and get your card back and just like that's it, right? Like that's like the goal.
Exactly.
And don't focus on trying to overly optimize, right?
Yeah, and the other thing, actually, it's a good point because, you know, in the corner, Jam has really optimized combos where you do like, you know, you do like puffball, 2H, 6HH, and then you do like micro dash 5K, and then get another rep because you do 5K into 2H. Forget all that. That's like really hard. So forget the extra rep. Just do the one easy rep at the beginning and just end your combo because the extra damage from the optimized version is irrelevant.
Sure.
You know, it's not irrelevant, but for learning, it's not really necessary. So I would just concentrate on something stable, something that works on every character, that you feel comfortable with, that you can do every time, and just get the flow so that you get the rhythm of, okay, I get my first card, I hit him, I spend the card, I recard, I spend the card, I recard, and just get that kind of game plan, you know, get comfortable with the game plan.
Yeah, 100%. And whenever our players are ready here, we can get on into it. Next up, we've got Wirdal and Call Me Tex, and they're going to be playing Bridget and Venom. Ooh.
And this reminded me of the other thing that I forgot that I wanted to do, which is open up my list of people that I've done reviews for, because Wirdal is one of them.
Wow.
A Venom player that hangs out at my stream all the time. I've done a replay review. We'll talk about that maybe in a little while. Yeah, excited to see what he's got tonight after having the review done.
Yeah, for sure. So Wirdal, immediately eating shit there, but that's just what you get for fighting Bridget.
All right, nice. Oh, nice link off the match struggle. So this matchup can really be a lot of timeouts because obviously Bridget runs in a lot of matchups, but Venom can actually contest, and the zoning war can get pretty interesting between the two of them.
Yeah, and right now Wirdal doing an excellent job at just kind of putting the balls out in a way to intercept. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay, we got the hard combos. Let's go.
Ooh. Yeah, and something that Call Me Texas reminded me there, right? Like getting caught in the toes, and I mean, obviously it's a mix-up for whether you're just sitting there and blocking a low, or maybe getting hit by an overhead or something. But unfortunately, with Venom and a lot of characters in this cast, you do have to. Ooh, he tried to go for the fancy surprise.
Yeah, the impossible dust.
It is important to remember sometimes you just have to block in this game, you know? I mean, it takes a little while to get used to, but characters like Venom who can put things like that on you, you really cannot take your turn back afterwards sometimes.
Ooh, Wirdal with the awareness there to FRC saw that it was not going to work out well, but didn't realize that they were going to get crossed up. Blocked the right way. Good try though. Good awareness.
For sure, got sniped out of the sky there, but the Dust Bear is gonna give him an opening. Gets the overhead combo.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You know, Bridget, one of those characters that a lot of people say is low damage because on average he does do lower damage, but off of the right starters he can do just fine damage.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that many starters that are going to do high damage, but you're definitely exactly right. Off the right starter, it's respectable for sure. Ooh, a little late on the close slash. It's okay. Happens. Ooh. Okay. Nice jump out. Oh.
Unfortunate. You know, that's when the throw turns into miracles.
Oh, got hit out of the force break. Yeah, Tex is just trying to get some kind of momentum, get something started, just getting hit out of everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's important as, you know, basically as anybody fighting Venom, but like as Bridget, you can definitely get in the mindset of like, I can fly in whenever I want, right? Like he's just got the tools to do it. And it's what's making him lose all of his health, right? Like he's just flying into random pool balls and stuff, and that's bad for you. Sometimes you gotta chill a little bit, maybe approach from like higher up or something, rather than just trying to go like at a direct straight line towards your man.
Yeah, the other thing that I'm not seeing at all, which I think is like crucial in this matchup at any level, but you know, I think it's equally effective at a lower level and at a very high level, is 6S, which is the move where Bridget swings. It's like 3/4 of the screen. It goes kind of up at an angle.
Yeah.
And on counter hit, it's like a knockdown. It like wall bounces and knocks down. Really, really important to contest Venom from just, you know, letting him summon for free and kind of do what he wants on the ground. It's something that he has to respect if he's in the range of it.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Tex just trying to ride on in. Oh, what a pickup!
Beautiful conversion, actually.
Gatling a little bit too far away, and the Dust Bear saves lives. And dude, Tex would have died if that was a frame later.
Yeah. Yeah, the Buzzsaw Roger getting it done. I think, well, I was going to say the Buzzsaw is probably the best force break, like the best move overall, but actually the punching one is really good too.
The punching one is incredibly good.
Yeah.
I'm also not seeing Tex use a lot of the, I forget which bear it is, but the Body Slam bear. Body Slam bear is a really good way to deny any sort of like mid-screen shenanigans.
Okay, Impossible Dust. Actually hit it this time, didn't trust it though.
Good Starship.
Nice DP.
You know, high, low, deep. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Something in the water tonight?
It's not me, I promise. Well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Man, we had such a good run the last couple tournaments.
We did.
We really weren't having many problems.
Unfortunately. It's all right, everybody. Take a big drink or something. We can get back into it. Easy peasy. Wirdal said we thinks we desynced. Oh, man. Ryan, unfortunately, right now I'm floating in the void. So hold on. Let me turn Guilty Gear back on. Is there anything you wanted to mention here while I'm kind of pulling this? So you want to talk about the replay stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me show some of that stuff real quick. Well, I guess I'll
Sure.
wait till after. Yeah, let's just talk about the replay stuff. So, if you are not aware, obviously my goal here doing the commentary is I'm trying to give advice, right? So we're trying to cover as many players as we can, trying to cover as much of a variety of characters as we can every tournament, and just try to give as many people feedback as possible. So the unfortunate reality is that we do have limited time, and these brackets are full. Did it fill up tonight, or was there one slot open still? I heard that there was one slot open a couple hours ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was full. There were people on the wait list. People might have had to duck out for whatever reason, create a little bit of opening, but it did fill up basically the night that we posted the bracket.
Yeah. So, the reality is it's a 64-man bracket. We have limited time.
Oh, where am I coming from?
Gotcha.
Oh, that was
cool.
Trin. Hi, thanks, Trin.
Yeah. So, the bottom line is we can't showcase everybody. So not everybody gets a chance to get feedback. And I know for a lot of people, that's probably a big incentive for why they signed up to begin with. So what I've started to do the last couple of weeks is I'm offering match reviews on my Twitch channel. So twitch.tv/RyanHunter. You can go there. If you entered one of these beginner tournaments and you did not get shown on stream, I have a form you can fill out. You just submit your replays to me. They can be from the beginner tournament or whatever matches you want. If there's a specific matchup you wanna talk about, anything like that, you just submit them. And within a week, I have been reviewing them. I've been getting through about 5-6 a week. And if you can't make the review session, because I've been doing it on the weekends, then I can DM you a link to the timestamp of your review. So you can go right to the VOD and watch your review, whenever you want.
Real quick,
you don't
Wordal,
enter beginner tournament.
Let me just cut you off really quick. Wordle's asking, does Tex have a round? I don't remember. Do you?
Ooh, no, I don't remember now.
Quick, anybody in the chat, does anybody remember? I want to say Tex did. Yes, I think he did. Yeah, Tex had a round. Okay, so Tex.
Yeah, he killed with the force break bear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit him with the quick one. All right, sorry, Ryan.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
No worries. So all I was going to say, just to wrap it up, is that's for if you enter the beginner tournament, you can just submit your matches to me. If you didn't enter a beginner tournament and you still want your match reviewed, any level, doesn't have to be beginner, intermediate, advanced, anybody, you can redeem channel points in my channel. 2,000 channel points, same thing. You submit through the form, and I will review your matches. So, yeah, if you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out.
Yeah, for sure. And for the record, Ryan, thank you so much for offering that to our wonderful players here. Getting feedback it's hard. So, I mean, having someone like Ryan can really be a huge help for you leveling up as a player. Does it count the Plus R Discord beginner tournament or just these Sajam ones? Just the Sajam ones, I believe, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean...
We're not affiliated with the Plus R Discord.
Yeah, I mean, send me a message and we'll work something out. Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
I can't see the game.
You can't see the game. That's... You know what, chat? I'm sorry. There's a little bit of scuffness going on here, but I promise it's not our fault. And Tex is dead. Okay, so Tex getting chipped out there at the very end. Bad spot to be in for sure. Getting into this last round, Ryan.
All right. And this is game 2, right? Wordle won the first game? Is that right?
Yes, Wordle won the first game. So if Wordle wins this one, that's it. Tex wins it, then we're going to a last game.
Yep. So a lot of kickstart here from Tex, which honestly is not that bad. Venom doesn't really punish that hard.
Yeah, for sure. And for all the people, by the way, in the chat going down 0-2, just so you know, you're the warriors, you're the real ones, and I hope you had fun. I hope you found some training partners. The Impossible Dust again!
We didn't actually get the Impossible Dust, but no tech.
It was a black beat making it more impossible.
Yeah. Oh, no!
No way! Just,
oh
my goodness. Am I stuck in the void again?
He definitely could have killed off that combo, too.
Okay.
Yikes.
Okay. New idea. Wordle and Tex, you're the greatest. You're the homies. Thank you so much. Why don't you play off stream? Just settle your match off stream. You know what? less quarks in the equation, and maybe we could get it worked out. Trin, do you want to find another match for us?
Sorry, guys. In the meantime, I can show a couple of things real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
So just a couple of notes I took down. Really just simple stuff, not even really stuff that I have to show necessarily. But let me just pick the characters. Bridget, Venom. All right, so for Wirdal, just one little thing I noticed right away. Actually, I noticed in the first game, like first round, it looked like your instinct was to air to air with jump K. I would not advise that. I would advise jump P for all of your air to air interaction, with the exception of jump D, which is also really good, but obviously only if they're above you. But this button is fantastic. And in this matchup, Bridget is going to be above you a lot. But yeah, if you see them in the air and you're trying to meet them air to air, I would not go with jump K. That is like strictly a jump in kind of button, in my opinion. Jump P will serve you a lot better, I think. It's just better if you whiff, better hitbox, faster, just kind of everything better.
Also, holy moly, Ryan, what is this Bridget color?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's got demonic eyes. I noticed that also. So for text, the stuff that I wrote down, first of all, didn't see any delayed wake up. Very simple tool. Don't forget you have it. It's a really important tool. And especially against a character like Venom, who really wants to capitalize on the Oki situations, the delayed wake up is very useful. So don't forget you have that. The button that I was talking about is this one, 6S. I mean, look at the range on this. I mean, can we just talk about this for a second? So, you know, if Venom is trying to do this, and you snipe it with, let me get a position here, with this.
Oh.
I gotta time it. I'm trying to control both characters.
There
You get
you
a
go.
counter hit, and that is a knockdown. So you get to set up Roger, you get to run in, you get to do basically whatever you want. So yeah, just something in any kind of zoning matchup, this is going to be important. Now, notice the angle, obviously it goes up, so you know there is like a range and they can crouch under it and that kind of thing, but it's something that you have to represent just so that they can't do whatever they want for free, you know. And then the last thing I would say is I don't think Bridget's meter options are like that great. You know, the force breaks are pretty good, the super's pretty good, but don't forget about dead angle also. Just very simple. You know, Bridget's a very defensive character, so I would, you know, keep that in the back of your mind also. If you got meter to burn and you're on defense, you know, just dead angle. It's a really solid way to spend your meter with Bridget, I think.
For sure. And what's the input for dead angle again?
So while you're blocking, you hit forward and then any two buttons that are not dust. So, because if you use dust, you will burst. So, you know, I usually use punch and kick. I know a lot of people use kick and slash, but yeah.
Cool, for sure. Is that all you want to showcase for now, Ryan?
Yeah, that's it for now, I think.
Rad. All right, we can get into our next match then. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be Jonny and Slayer. You know, just two buff guys doing buff guy things.
Jonny and Slayer, so a slugfest then.
A little bit of a slugfest. You know, I don't expect a lot of timeouts. I do expect just a lot of health and damage.
Stale Beers is going to be which character?
Stale Beers is going to be Jonny. Let's get in here. Also, someone did say that, whatchamacallit, Datapod says in the chat, Bridget's dead angle kind of sucks. Do you have any retort to that, Ryan?
I mean, in what way? I don't think it's that bad. What is so bad about it? I you know, other dead angles that come to mind, like Anji's is really bad, doesn't have invuln through the startup. A lot of characters you can low profile them, like Zato and, you know, some other, like Axel, you can low profile them very easily. But Bridget's, I don't know. I mean, let's look at it. Nothing comes to mind with Bridget. Seems like a pretty average. Oh, I should have done this the other way. Hitbox is trash? I disagree. Let's see. I mean, this will tell us right away. It hits Venom's 2D. So, you're already ahead of like half the dead angles in the game. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with this dead angle.
Damn, dead angle hater smoked. Just like
yeah,
that.
I'm not really sure why you would say this is a bad hitbox. It hits all the way to the ground.
Stale beers. Stale beers. As soon as you get in here, just set the button. I don't know why he keeps getting yeeted out of my lobby here. It's not intentional, I promise.
Bridget's dead angle has a dead zone up close.
Oh, do it. Oops. Wrong one.
Maybe against a crouching move. I don't know, man. I can't make it whiff or lose or anything. Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, I got it once. But I had to try to do that, so, you know, I'm not even sure how I did that, actually.
All right, getting into it, Ryan. We're gonna get in there. We got Deca Fumo Death Cult going with Slayer, which great name, by the way. And Stale Beers, Johnny.
Love it. All right. Oh, he's using my Slayer color. That's my Slayer color.
No! Oh, what did we do?
Oh no!
What did we? Is there something going on
There's gotta
tonight?
be something up. Yeah, maybe you need to restart the game or
I've
something?
restarted Guilty Gear like 3 times.
Jeez.
People
There's definitely something going on.
I do not have a VPN, I'm happy to say. Servers have just been trashed lately? Weird. What's going on? I've never had difficulties like this. Looks like Stale Beers and I just can't stay connected. A lot of disconnects happening randomly.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in chat saying Steam is forked right now.
Unfortunate. Okay, how about this? It seems like I can't... Stale Beers and Deca. How about you try to play off stream, and we'll try to get a different one, and hopefully these people can stay connected to it. If that doesn't work, we could always go for the nuclear option, and Ryan, you could try to host it, the lobby, and we could try to jump in there, which I know is not the preferred, but if we gotta do what we gotta do, we can do it.
Yeah, whatever we gotta do, we could certainly try.
I know it's Tuesday and maintenance day, but usually that doesn't impact after the maintenance.
Once the maintenance is done, it's fine. I see Salient Blue in chat saying 2 disconnects in 1 set for me.
Yeah.
So.
Yikes. Well, hopefully it gets a little better. You know, if this is really reaching maximum levels of scuffed, if we determine that this is just not the way it's gonna be, we could always figure out another solution here, maybe push it to a different day. Or we're not opposed to it.
Yeah, whatever we gotta do.
What we gotta do. Did we have a similar issue with one of the Who Cups? That was because they pushed a Dota update that actually broke Steam for like 4 hours. That was different.
Nice.
And may or may not have, like, you know, solidified my opinion that MOBAs are bad. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. But we're
I didn't even know that kind of thing was possible.
I didn't know either. So we'll try to get one more group of people in here, but it seems like people are having trouble all over, not just like me or anything like that. But sorry about this here, chat room, and sorry about this, Ryan. I don't know what's going on.
No, I'm chilling. I'm like low energy today. I got like really weird sleep last night. I like woke up in the middle of the night. It was raining, 4 in the morning, because I asked my Google what time it was, so I remember it was 4. And I don't know, it was raining, and I was like really comfortable. And I went right back to sleep, but I feel like I got no sleep last night. I don't get it.
I swear I got my first shot on Sunday, right, I think?
Mm-hmm.
And I just, this whole week, my sleep has been whack. Like, I really just feel like I've not fully recovered from it. And so, yeah, I'm on the sleepy vibes. I've been sleeping like 10, 11 hours a night, and I wake up and I'm just like, I haven't slept at all.
I'm excited. I'm getting my second shot on Friday.
Ooh,
so,
look at you.
Yeah.
I'm still only at the 2.5G.
Yeah.
As Sajam says.
It's 2.4G, right? The predecessor.
The predecessor. Okay, so next up, we have someone coming in named Johnny Bravo. And frankly, if they're not playing Johnny, I'm going to be a little upset. All right, I'm going to cry.
Yeah, I mean, that's a missed opportunity, I think.
So we're going to have Johnny Bravo in MyLungs. Fingers crossed, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see.
Things have been working out. For people who are in the know, do you know if like Ryan, you've been playing some GG. Has it been a little more disconnecting for you or not?
I haven't played today. I haven't played in a few days, actually, since the weekend, so I don't know. It was fine then, though.
Interesting. Johnny Bravo is going with Kliff. I'm a little heartbroken, but also I like this as a canonical sequel. You know, this is what Johnny's up to, like 30 years later.
Yeah. Old man Johnny Bravo.
All right, Lungs and Johnny Bravo. Millia versus Kliff. So immediately, this is a matchup. If I was Millia, I'd be slightly spooked. I could definitely see this being annoying for Kliff, but like, you really better hope that sword doesn't hit you.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, Kliff can, for sure, oh wow, that just went right through. Punish? Oh, no punish. That is punishable. Kliff can definitely contest her in the air. He has great air-to-air buttons. Oh, great reaction. Saw the Secret Garden start up and contested it with the Nape Saddle, right?
Nape Saddle, yeah. Good ever see into the poke? Oh man, look at the damage.
Okay. Almost stunned, yeah. I mean, dead before stunned, but yeah.
Yeah, and Alex,
right,
too.
Johnny Bravo looking pretty good here.
Alex 2D pointing out in the chat, the risk gauge, yeah, you better keep an eye on it through this fight, because if you block like 2 of Kliff's drills, you are cranked.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to punish them. You don't want to be letting him get away with that for free.
What is the purpose of Millia's knives anyways? They seem kind of weak. Are you referring to her hairpin? And no, they're not. They're very strong, and the FRC is gonna kill.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Millia's pin is like one of the most broken things in the game. That's why she can only do it once, and then she has to pick it up. If she could just do that whenever she wanted, she'd be like one of the most busted fighting game characters of all time.
In a weird way, I can understand what you're saying if you've only really like watched Millia's get played and haven't had to deal with it. Like, just take everybody's word for it. The pin is the worst. Like, it sucks.
It's like a bullet. It's like super fast. She can aim it. In this game, she has a few different trajectories and ways that she can, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, she can bounce differently when she throws it. So it's just a tool to help her get in, and it's a really important tool for her.
Oh, TK Bad. If you don't know, chat, those hit high. Millia does have a completely unseeable high-low mix-up, but sometimes you just gotta hold it.
Yeah, so unfortunately, MyLungs is missing a couple of punish opportunities. Block the Nape Saddle, no punish. We saw the drill before, block, no punish. So maybe some, doesn't quite know enough about Chip. Okay, good attempt there to punish with Far Slash. I like that.
Wow, what a good evasion over the orb there.
Yeah, and really smart by MyLungs to pick up the pin as well. So we were talking about pin before. For the people who don't know, when Millia throws the pin, you can actually see it on the ground right now by where Kliff is. She has to pick it back up, otherwise she can't throw it again. It's like ammo. So, like, right now, she does not have access to it. And the way you pick it up is you stand over it and you crouch. See, like, he's going back for it right now. You just picked it up. I believe in this game, also, you can use her roll to roll through the pin, and it will automatically pick it up if she's in the middle of the roll.
And you also saw something important happen there, where Millia was, like, knocked down on the pin and stuff. She will not grab it because of that.
Correct. Yeah, she has to be in neutral. And like there was a good example. She actually did a combo and was standing over it, but still didn't pick it up because she has to be in neutral.
That mix-up was sick. That was like what you were... Oh, he's actually stunned! This should be enough. Nice. MyLungs making the comeback.
Very nice, very nice.
And that was that schmix was really similar to the one that you were talking about last week, and it's a common mix-up, I feel like, in fighting games in general, but especially anime games, where something's on top of them, right, and you go over and you are air dashing back and forth, and they just have to hard guess, like, left to right at that point.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of my favorite things to say is, like, which side did it hit on? I don't know, it's not my problem. That's your problem.
Yeah, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Not my issue.
Nice.
Wow.
Little cheeky round start. Tried to get the conversion off of the throw, but was a little too far.
It was like an Ocarina of Time round start. Going in with the... Huh?
That's not going to knock down. Ooh, alright, saddle. Goes back for the pin.
Bar, it's funny you say that. That reminds me, I'm going to mention something after this. I won't mention it right now. I'll try to focus a little bit. But, ooh, that was a really good using the fastfall there to get out of the corner.
Yeah, another really important Millia tool for exactly that purpose. It's usually where you see it to get out of the corner. I just learned the other day, I didn't even remember, that she can actually FRC that at the beginning. So she gets the momentum, but then she can act on the way down, including block. So it's like a really, really safe way to get back down to the ground. Okay, nice. Oki. Nice. Just very simple TK Bad Moon. Great execution here from MyLungs as well. Some of this Millia stuff, not that it's the most complicated stuff, but it does take some execution to do that stuff every time.
Yeah, for sure. And just, yeah, like, really good execution. Oh no, that time the disc is a little bit too far to the left. Didn't even hit.
Okay, good contest there from
What?
Johnny Bravo. Wow. It just goes right over the hair car. Okay.
Straight under the overpass.
Yeah, so I would say from Johnny Bravo's perspective here, I would definitely be in the air a little bit more, I think. Just the way the match is playing out, he can definitely contest her in the air, and she's just kind of, I don't know, running over him because he's a little too stationary and not being in the air.
Wow,
he has so many good air options with jump D and just his big buttons, the force break, which I have no idea what it's called. You know, that you can really be pretty maneuverable and pretty unpredictable in the air.
Yeah.
So
I always just call it FB gun because it looks like he just kind of blasts you and like flies back.
yeah, I don't even know. He just like shoots a burst of energy, right?
That's kind of like, what are Kliff's moves, man? They're just like energy.
Yeah. yeah.
The one thing I wanted to mention, also that was it, Ryan, for the record. That's
Yeah.
So
I'll jump into training mode here for a second.
the one thing I want to talk about is like with the left-right mix-ups, right? The tricks when you get mixed up in a video game and you have to pick left-right and it's hard to react to or impossible to react to. Something someone told me once that has stuck with me forever, and I highly recommend this to anybody, is just pick a side and go for it, because it's a little hard to understand, but if you try to react, you may actually put yourself where you can't block. Like, if you suddenly try to shift from holding left to holding right, you're not blocking for that duration of time. So, like, if you try to react in a weird way, you might actually just get hit in neutral, which is not what you want to do. So a lot of times it is a lot safer to just pick a side and hold it. If you're trying to scramble and block on either side, you can actually get hit for it. I'll switch over here to the Ryan training mode cam.
I'm trying to remember how this stuff works for Millia. So I wanted to show something, but I'm not even sure that I know how it works exactly. So, okay, yeah. Okay, so one thing, so first of all, it was a good match. From Johnny Bravo, like I said, I think it was more of just an overall matchup problem that you were having. Just, I think, spending more time in the air, just, you know, swinging your big buttons and just trying to control the air. Every now and then doing something unpredictable like that, or I have no idea how you do it, but the downwards dive, you know, he just has so many good moves in the air. And you can actually control the ground and the air kind of all at once, right? With, you know, with these types of moves. So I would definitely look at that kind of strategy in this kind of matchup, at least to round out the rest of your strategy instead of just spending so much time on the ground and using, you know, Nate battle and stuff like that. From the Millia perspective, MyLungs, really strong play. I anticipate seeing you later on in the bracket. The one thing I would say, because really there was nothing, I've talked about this before in some of the last tournaments, sometimes we watch a match and you're really not doing anything quote unquote wrong that I would say you need to fix. It's more like you have a good foundation and I want to give you, you know, some more stuff to look at, to play with. So, and I think that's the case here. You are kind of doing, you know, everything I would say to start with. So there was one spot, and maybe you already know this as well, in the corner when you get these kind of knockdowns, and then you do this, I saw you do this once where you meet with 2S and then the disc hit. One of the really strong mix-ups when you do this is to actually jump cancel the 2S, and then IAD. This jump is so weird. And you kind of get this mix-up where you can do IAD jump S, and then from there, that's where the mix-up starts, because after the IAD jump S, you can air dash again, and it's, you know, it's pretty tricky. So, or obviously you just land in low. So just something to look at, because it's a really good way to set that mix-up up, where you have the disc coming, and then you meaty them and then set this up. So just that mix-up it's so simple and it's very, very good. You know, very, very high. What's it called? High conversion rate. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like we are waiting for our second person to join on in here. So if there's anything else you can think of, Ryan. Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil.
All right.
This matchup is going to be FreshLocal versus Aventius, aka Big Body Jones. And I don't know how to feel about that, but you know, a pretty good name. I'll give it up. Going Anji and Kai. Also, for the record, Fate of Addiction, I did see you redeem me giving treats to my bunnies. I'll get to it, I promise.
All right, Anji versus Kai. So this is going to be a little more of a quote-unquote normal match. I mean, obviously Anji has some unique tools, but this is going to be more of a poking affair, I would think. Yeah, 6S to start. All right. Like what I'm seeing so far. Already got a couple of good things to talk about.
Wow, what a good block!
I see Big Body Jones on the air dashes, not really using Jump P. Jump P is an insane button with Anji.
I gotta say, Aventius' ability to block greed severs is unprecedented. In these online conditions? Just kidding.
In this economy?
In this, like, man, dude!
Oh, nice, IB, but couldn't get the punish in time. Maybe a good spot to try for a throw punish, since it was blocked air to air. So at some point, FreshLocal is going to have to concede the fact that Greed Sever is not working. I mean, for now, they're not really getting punished too bad, so it's not that big of a deal, but, you know, you don't really want that move getting blocked.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and it's out. I'm honestly surprised at the lack of Fujins from Aventius so far.
I was thinking the exact same thing, but I was going to wait because I felt like he wasn't really getting that many opportunities to use Fujin, but I definitely noticed that as well. Brown Star Fujin.
He can hear us. He's learning.
Yeah. All right, nice throw.
Butterfly OP. Fantastic. What? Dude, was that a Kai hitbox thing? I think it was a Kai hitbox thing.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Okay, nice. Okay.
So hot take, Ryan, I'd like to hear your opinion on this, right? He barriered that charge stun edge, right? And that actually might not be the time that you want to use barrier, because barrier is relatively expensive, and that's not going to push Kai back. And even though you're nullifying the chip on it, I'm not, like, what do you think about that?
It's true, yeah. Certainly the first two hits, I would advise not FDing. The third hit, you could maybe make an argument, because sometimes it can be tricky to intentionally add block stun to yourself to mess up their throw mix-up. So if you notice that after the charge stun edge, they're trying to throw you a lot, it can be kind of tricky to FD it to, you know, make it so they have to delay their throw. But yeah, I agree. Overall, it's not really going to do too much for you, because like you said, it's not going to push Kai back.
Oh, and he finishes it out! Look at how much life he has! My man was on a pixel!
Nice. Okay, Crown Start Stun Dipper.
The classic. You know, the two characters...
Listen, sometimes you just gotta check their low block, you know?
Sure, Andis tend to not block your toes, you know? They like to do the in-bowl thing through it instead.
Good block in the overhead, great. I mean, that was plus frame, but great conversion, great confirm.
Yeah, and something also to consider, right? A reason why Stun Dipper might be something that's actually works more than you may expect in a matchup like this is, wait, how is he doing this, Ryan? Who is this guy? Look at these cross-up green sevens. But the way Fujin works, which we haven't seen too much of it on display here, but it has invincibility, but it wears off right before it hits. So if you have something that's really active and you can just kind of stay inside of him, it could actually hit him right before the hitbox comes out.
Yeah, exactly. And Kai does have good buttons for that. Wow, great cleanup there from FreshLocal after barely losing out on round 2 there.
Yeah, for sure. Noah says, ban this person, blocks greed sever. I agree. You know, that's basically that's like the, if you're this tall, you can't be in this beginner's tournament. It's like, can you block greed severs?
See, but the problem is he blocked a bunch of them, but I didn't really see any punishes, including one that was like very point blank, could have been punished with a throw even, and just went unpunished. So, you know, it's like one of those things, you know, if a tree falls in the woods, it's like if you blocked a greed sever but didn't punish it, it's like, did you really block it? Does it really matter?
Aventius' blocks are honestly crazy, but it is, you have to make sure when you're blocking, right? You may be godlike for blocking an overhead or something, but you gotta make sure to also punish it.
Yeah. Wow, that was just good. for the extension. Okay. Nice. I mean, FreshLocal is doing a fantastic job of pick confirming into Stun Dipper. Really fantastic.
And also
Nice.
doing raw Stun Dippers.
Yeah, I love that there actually, because if it had been blocked, you just RC, and that's a good example of a move that Kai has that will completely shut down Fujin because it's just so active.
Yeah.
Right? It's just the hitbox is active like the whole time, basically.
100%. Yeah, it's like it's similar. Kai and Soul both have a very similar tool in Stun Dipper and Grand Viper, right? Where Soul, if they both have 50 meter, it's like, why not, right? Like you can make it safe anyway.
Yeah, I mean, with Kai, you could do it with 25% meter sometimes if you have the FRC timing on point. So
yeah, 100%.
Both fighting for this corner positioning.
Unblockable.
Ooh.
The butterfly hits high and the man hits low.
Okay, nice. Very nice. Okay.
Now, Aventius
Like
does.
this corner pressure here.
Aventius does have a little bit of meter work with. Both characters have 50. Aventius does have his burst.
So I love FreshLocal's just game plan here. Oh, nice! The 6K stuff the Fujin! And then the awareness to get the conversion off of it. Very nice.
Yeah, that was super nice. And just like that, 2-0, FreshLocal.
Yeah, let's talk about the match a little bit.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
Characters here. Yeah, that was a great match. Let me do Anji one player here. Do Kai. Okay, so a couple things. Want to talk about Anji's air buttons. So from Jones, I saw a lot of Jump K. It's funny because Jump K is a fine button. There's really nothing wrong with this button. It's just that basically all of his other buttons are better. So if you're IDing, ID Jump P is like really ridiculous. It's just, this move has, I think it's 3-frame recovery. So you can just like throw this out in like an air-to-air situation and just fish for a hit with this. So you can do like Jump P and then buffer Jump S, and if you get a hit, you know, it'll just Gatling for you. And then Jump S is especially egregious. I think we've talked about this before on stream, but the way the hitbox and the hurtbox look is exactly what it is. The hitbox extends down where the fan is, and the way he's arching his back like that, there's no hurtbox under there. He's got like low body invuln kind of. So it's just a really good jump-in button, a really good button if you're coming down from like this kind of angle. This can go through some 6Ps sometimes, because you'll actually hit them below their invuln before they hit you above your invuln. So
you're basically DPing down at them.
And then of course we have to mention for a second Jump D. This is just, I would just play around with this button for fun, just to get a feel for it as a movement tool, or a stopping movement tool. This is just a really good air-to-air button. It's again got some invuln on it. It's got like a reduced hurtbox, I should say, instead. Yeah, on counter hit, it's gonna blow them back. You're gonna get a wall stick, easy conversion. Just a really, really good button. So I would try some of the other buttons for your air-to-air situations. And the other thing I noticed is you're doing a lot of 6P or 6S. Excuse me. 6S is fantastic. One thing you could try to do, this is a little bit more advanced, a little bit harder, but you can try to confirm it. So if you're poking with it, try buffering a quarter circle as you do it. And if you see them stick something out, you know that there's a good chance you're going to armor it. And when you do armor it, it's actually going to slow your move down. It will give you extra time to see it. And you can then hit your button for Fujin. And on counter hit, this can combo into Fujin. So yeah, just something to look at, because you want to be getting something off of your successes if possible. Mm-hmm. So let me just see actually, because I've never looked at this myself. Counter on, counter first. I don't know if you have to do S Fujin. Yeah, you have to do S Fujin. That's what I thought. I just want to double check. So
the forbidden Fujin.
Say again?
The forbidden Fujin.
Yeah. So it is, it is a little bit of a range thing, because S Fujin doesn't go that far. But again, if you can, you want to you want to get this this combo.
Generic Soda says you can
do
do
get a
it.
knockdown from it.
Generic Soda says you can do it. Can you maybe try doing H fusion a little bit faster?
I'm definitely doing it as fast as possible. It might be crouching. I'm sure it probably works on crouching. No. I don't
no.
think so.
Never
I
mind.
don't
Hey,
think
Generic Soda, you're banned. Thanks for coming. No, I'm just kidding.
So, yeah, just something I would look at. And then for FreshLocal, again, really good stuff. I started to talk about it a little bit, didn't get too into it, but I like your general game plan of just, you know, I use the force break on block when they block my string to repressure. I hit confirm into stun dipper. You were doing some simple pressure, throw mix up and stuff. I like it. The only thing I would say that you could add to your game that I noticed, small thing, at one point you got a hit and you did, this normal Oki. One thing you can do is if they have burst, instead of doing that Oki, you can do this Oki, where you jump cancel the sweep, and this will be more burst safe. It's still not completely burst safe. I mean, you could do nothing and make it burst safe, but you can do something like this, right? And basically, you jump cancel the jump D, or you jump cancel the 2D, and you hold back the whole time. Then right before you land, you do jump D, and you don't get as good of an Oki situation, but it's more burst safe. So again, that's a little more advanced, but just something to think about to add into your repertoire.
And don't worry, Ryan, Anji's not going anywhere because the next match here that we have is going to be Riddles MK versus FormlessBore. And if FormlessBore is going with Anji, Riddles MK is going to be going with Soul.
Nice.
We're going to get the opposite matchup. The other brother. And for the record, just a little bit of trivia for you, chat room. You love to see people coming over from other fighting games and stuff, playing them some GG. Riddles, actually, I could be wrong here, but I think is a very highly ranked Smash Ultimate player. Yeah, this is him.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so you love to see it, Riddles, playing some of that good netcode, the dark side.
Alright, so Soul versus Anji. Oh boy. Is it lagging or is that just me?
Ooh, I think it might just be you. I could try to punch
Okay, no, I'm good now. It was just at the round start.
Alright, wow, what an air throw.
Yeah, nice. Okay, nice little hit confirm. Okay, good try at the conversion.
I appreciate you seeing your poof. Everybody's like, yo, Riddles Pog, and he's just like, FormlessBore is hot. And I'm like, hell yeah, root for the other guy. Ooh, good air to air. Life's pretty much even the Fujin in going through.
Ooh. Okay.
That hit!
Nice.
Oh, it
Nice.
kidnapped him. What a completion.
Just barely got the 5K before Riddles hit the ground. So, I'm gonna repeat the same advice I just gave. Wow!
What was that Goldberg?
That was definitely a mistake. But
that was amazing.
Yeah, we just saw an air-to-air jump K, so the same advice still applies. I would advise against that a little bit.
And I respect
It's crazy again because there's nothing wrong with jump K. Jump K is a perfectly reasonable button. It's just that all of his other buttons are so crazy in the air.
Sure, and you can see him there going for the armored kick option, and again spending the meter on the overhead is such a powerful option, and Riddles is not respecting it.
Unblockable. Oh, a little too soon on the butterfly though. I like to use the faultless there. So I really like to see Riddles spend some meter here. Okay.
That was actually such a good mash there from Riddles. Recognize he was probably plus in that low profile situation. It is for dear life mash 2P.
That rare 3S sighting from Anji.
Rare footage of 3S.
Okay, that burst was a little sketchy, but it was just late enough that it worked. A little bit earlier and it would have got armored actually.
Oh, yeah. See, I think from that range, Riddles probably could have just kept it simple and done 2D. It's such a fast, long-range button that if something looks punishable and you're not sure, pretty safe bet.
Yeah. I mean, that's just an inexperienced thing for sure. No big deal. Oh, okay, good try. Okay.
My man does not respect butterflies. Lepidopterans, never heard of them. Oh, the gunflame active frames, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Yep, exactly. So Riddle's just really, the biggest thing I'm seeing here, just has no way of spending their meter. So definitely going to have to look at that in training mode after, and we'll talk about that a bit.
For sure. Yeah, I was surprised to see it. We could talk about it after, obviously, but just immediately, right? We saw that sort of soul. I don't want to, like, it's like, you want to say it's like the soul auto combo or something, but just the 25-meter Fafnir route just is such a good meter dump, especially when you're just getting used to the character, and it's a really good way to just tack on 1 billion damage to a lot of your hit confirms.
It's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, if you're already using Fafnir the way Riddles is, then when you have meter, if you don't have another way that you typically spend your meter, you should be just doing the extension for the damage.
Or frankly, RCing your volcanics.
Yeah, that was the other thing. That's a really
oh, it went under the butterfly. I love it.
Oh, great block. Okay, nice. Okay. Nice little safe jump there. Alright, so yeah, there's that inexperience again. That isn't over. It's not a big deal, though.
Get
nice
wild
wild
throw.
throw. Let's see what you got.
One clean
okay.
hit. No, punish!
Okay. Okay. You tried.
I was gonna freak out.
Yeah. So Formless just swinging with Fujins, yeah.
You know, it's a good way to spend meter. We say this all the time, Ryan, in these, but finding a way to spend meter is so important.
Yeah, it really is. The thing is that, for Soul, he doesn't really have any force breaks that you can just kind of throw out. If you already have them blocking, sure, you can do force break Fafnir, it's plus 1 million. Oh,
it's armored!
Yeah, just inexperience, It's alright, that's why we're here. I would not be surprised if Riddles, hasn't fought an Anji before, or, has only fought an Anji a couple of times or something like that, It's the kind of thing where you really have to know how the move works.
Okay, one clean hit. Nice! I actually love that route.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, swinging into force break rain, you can't really do that. You gotta do a low.
Oh, good auto counter on the other side.
Okay. Let's go. Mid-screen, what do we got? Another
two?
one? Hell yeah. Alright, you tried.
Oh my god,
Wow.
That was chaos.
Almost got away with it. Just dead angle. So much meter. Oh, wow.
What a brave match. I think he tried to run up wild
throw. I did not even know that was possible.
What? He went through the Fuji and he's still on top.
Nice! Okay, alright.
Riddles MK. He's been in scrambles before.
So a little missed opportunity to sweep. I think a lot of souls forget that after 5H you can do sweep. Obviously at a lot of ranges it's not going to work, but there are opportunities you get where they run in as you're doing far slash. You're just already doing far slash 5H, so sometimes you are in range.
The double.
Okay.
And I will say, if we're talking about ways to spend meter as soul, right? FB Sidewinder is great. Really, makes those combos a whole lot easier, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it reduces the damage by a lot also, but yeah, better to finish the combo with reduced damage than to, not get the combo at all.
For sure. And Riddle's running away with that one, and it is now 1-1.
Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. Also, what's good, Ty Tuesday? Hope you're having a good one.
All right. Let's see the adaptation.
Oh, what a good
Okay, nice.
punish. Nice.
Any punish is better than no punish, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Nice confirmation into jump 2 there.
Wow, did S-Fusion just AA that?
Yeah. Nice, okay. Yeah, see, Riddles just doesn't know what to do about Fujin. And again, that's just purely an experience thing.
For sure, and that is one of the most solid rounds I think we've seen, just in terms of, if he had just used his meter, that could have gone totally different, right? He died with a full bar of gold, which is, basically your objective not to do, especially when you're learning how to use your meter.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to rail on Riddles too much at all. Ooh.
Okay. Burst just to reset the momentum.
Okay, what you
wild
got?
throw. This could be big. Let's see if he can finish it. Oh, he dropped the Sidewinder, but
All right, so a lot of damage.
yeah, still a ton of damage. Just getting the first Sidewinder is already a lot of damage. Okay. One was trying to fight back. That did not combo.
Wow, I'm actually
Okay.
surprised that Fujin did not eat that burst for breakfast. It tends to do that by
Yeah.
accident.
And you can see here, Formless kind of knows that.
Oh!
Oh no!
Man, sometimes someone drops a combo and they do something that also happens to be a grab anti-air, and that happens.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate.
A little bit
All right, so
unfortunate.
plenty to look at here. Get Soul and Anji. All right, so really good stuff. I mean, I think we just are obligated to talk about meter first thing with Soul, because every one of those rounds ended with Riddles with 100 meters. So let's talk really quickly about the easiest ways to spend meter with Soul. Okay, first of all, if you're already doing stuff like this, you can either RC it and then you know, dash in and get a knockdown, or you can just do the follow-up, which I don't even know if I remember how to do. How do you even do this follow-up? I forget. It's like dust, I think?
Is it like
Forward
4-6
or
dust?
something? Yeah, it's something with dust, I think.
4D after Fafnir.
4D, okay, I was hitting 60. So yeah, just a really easy way. Wait. 6 4D, okay, I was doing 460, thank you. Hello? What is happening?
Ryan, try harder.
Yeah, I don't know. We just checked the command list.
Let's just
happening here?
confirm. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, why is it not happening? Am I doing it too soon?
Yes, it should be 6-4D after Fafnir. We can see Ryan's inputs.
Yeah,
Oh, you gotta do it pretty late, Ty says.
that's what I thought. Yeah, 6-4. Yeah, why is that not working?
You do have counter hit on. I wonder if that's screwing with it.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, maybe because I'm getting a clean hit or something.
Someone said, isn't that punch on the input display? Are you not pressing D?
Am I hitting? I am hitting punch. You are so right. You are so right.
Good shit,
I was
Suna.
like, this is not hard. I was like, what is happening here? Yeah. I am 100% hitting punch. Thank you. Yeah, so anyway, hit D when you do it. You know, me, the Venom player, you know, I'm gonna hit punch, but when you do it, you should hit D. But yeah, this is like a really easy way to spend your meter and, you know, just kind of cash out in a really simple way after you hit confirm. I actually don't really recommend that you use Fafnir as much as you were, but for now, if you are, at least, you know, it's a good way to spend your meter. The other way is on defense, just do DPRC and just get out of pressure for free sometimes. Also, dead angle. We're going to keep bringing up dead angle over and over. And just a reminder, while you're blocking, you dead angle by pressing forward and 2 buttons, and it spends 50% of your meter.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Just have some way of spending your meter. That's what's important. You know, dying with 100% is kind of unacceptable to some degree. You could also just faultless all the time while you're blocking. Even that's going to be better. You know, it's not really a great thing overall, but it's preferable to just dying with 100% meter. What else did I have? Oh, one other situation that came up a couple times for you is this air-to-air situation with Jump H. This is maybe not. Yeah, this is not a good example. Let me just do this. If you hit this air-to-air like this, and I think I showed this on the last stream also, you can land in 5K and get a combo off this, and even from pretty high, you can get a conversion off this. So definitely something to look at and be prepared for, because it does come up kind of often, because, you know, as Soul, you're constantly doing this to begin with, so sometimes you just get that air-to-air hit, and you want to be able to convert off of it.
For sure. And to cut you off really quickly, Ryan. A, Riddles, thanks for the big raid. Appreciate you, homie. Thanks for playing. I hope you had fun. It's awesome to see people of other community branching out to Guilty Gear. I feel like this makes the old anime player hearts of me and Ryan very happy.
Yeah. I mean, overall, good stuff. Your game plan was good. I think if you had just had some good ways to spend your meter, I think you know, you would have done 10 times better. So meter is just so valuable in this game that to not spend it, it's like blasphemous, you know.
Yeah.
From the other side, real quick, do we have our next match ready?
We do have our next match ready. If you want to jump into that really quick, just kind of
just super quick. I don't want to leave out Formless here. Overall, good stuff. I think the big thing that was lacking was you were getting lots of knockdowns. We even saw one time, like you hit an on, and you mistimed the butterfly OP. Super critical. Go into training mode, tighten that up. Make sure you're getting your butterfly OP. And once you do tighten it up, one thing you can look at, especially for a matchup like Soul, is there are butterfly OP options that are DP safe. So I saw a couple times you did a butterfly and then you ran up and blocked. Anji doesn't have to do that. Anji has privilege in that with that kind of stuff. You can do stuff like butterfly and then run up 5D, and if they DP, you auto guard your DP. And it's a mix-up because it's an overhead. So, you know, basically any of his auto guards you can just do, and you will be DP safe. So you can also do 6K as an auto guard, and that gatlings into the overhead. So you can also do that as a mix-up. So, you know, look at your options. There's plenty of stuff you can do that's DP safe without sacrificing your OP. Pretty important.
Yeah, for sure. And also, everyone forgive Ryan there for pressing the wrong button for Fafnir. He plays Venom. All he knows how to do is K-ball, Oki, and eat hot chip. Please forgive him.
Exactly.
Cool. And whenever our players are ready here, I think we are ready to get into our next match, which is going to be another Kliff, which is sick, because I think it's kind of cool when we get to see another character. We do get to kind of like extrapolate on the same things. Going up against an Axel, which we have not seen tonight.
Nice. Love me some Axel.
Do you though? No, I'm just kidding.
I do. I was thinking about learning Axel like shortly in preparation for Strive, but I think I'm just gonna wait for Strive.
Yeah, I don't even know how similar those characters are going to wind up feeling. I honestly, so my entire experience with the Strive beta was getting very upset in the first couple of hours that it wasn't working for me, and then I didn't have a chance to play it for the rest of the entire beta. So I don't really know much about it, to be honest with you, Ryan.
Well, I didn't play it at all. I haven't played it in a year and a half, so...
We're so ready to talk about it then. Let's talk about our biggest theories. Who's the strongest character in the beta, Ryan?
Exactly. So I think I'll stick to plus R.
Anyway, nupperz and Gdom. Gdom is the Kliff here. nupperz is the Axel.
Alright. I love the movement I'm seeing right away from Nup. You know, the jump around, jump S, really strong Axel tool.
Wow.
Okay, we got FRCs. Let's go. That FRC used to be one frame in the old games.
Man, I can't believe they casualized it.
Yeah. It's probably 2 frames.
Wow, 200%.
Okay, alright. Well, we got some real combos here.
Jumping up. Diving in.
Okay. I like that. The RC to make it safe, even though it hit. But just to be sure. Yeah, Kliff just getting harassed here.
Oh, he's too short! Oh, he tried to go under with the 2D.
The 2D went under. That was pretty wild. Okay, round start 6K. That is confidence. Okay, love that.
Words out, blocking it all.
I'm like at a little bit of a loss for what to even suggest Kliff do in this matchup. I don't know if the right answer is to poke more. Very nice conversion there. To poke more with like 2H and bar slash or something, or I don't know, do you take to the air? Because I feel like Kliff is a little bit too slow and floating in the air. You're just going to be like a sitting duck for Axel's great anti-airs, you know? I feel like you probably have to play it on the ground, but I'm not really sure how you contest with Axel. I don't know, this matchup seems tough. Matchup seems tough.
I could definitely see this being a matchup that Kliff players probably don't like. And basically any matchup where Kliff looks at his really big sword and then looks at your weapon and it's longer, he's probably going to be a little upset.
Yeah. I'm also wondering if part of the answer, I want to be clear, part of the answer is more nape saddle also. But just to slow Axel down a little bit, make him have to think about that a little bit.
Well, because it'll do a couple things, right? If you go for good old nape saddle, it'll either probably hit Axel out of the air if you actually connect with his body, but it'll also go over 2H, right? And 2H is a powerful option for Axel to go for a lot of the time. If you can at least make him think about using different options, that's wonderful, right?
Yeah, I think it really depends on what the Axel's doing. if they're poking with a lot of like 5P, then Nape Saddle not going to be great. But I don't think we're seeing that right now. We're seeing more jump S. Yeah, and so Gdom trying to make something happen with the dodge, but okay, big opportunity here.
No, just a little bit of a light punish.
Yeah. The momentum was the more important thing, and unfortunately that was lost. Small drop, okay. Nice.
Okay. What can Gdom turn? Oh, nice! Okay, now Gdom gets the flex. Oh my god.
So scary. It's like, when you see that in your face, you're like, you know, I know I'm gonna block, but it's like, what if I get hit though? Yeah, see, and that's exactly the interaction I was just talking about. Tried to Nape Saddle, got caught with 5P, and ate like half of a combo for it, so. And their jump S also beating Nape Saddle. So yeah, this just seems tough.
It does seem
My
tough,
only other
but
thought is 2H, but.
I'm surprised that Gdom, so one of the most powerful, like, honestly, tools that Kliff has is 6H is going to take it. It does indeed hit high. nupperz is going to take it 2-0. Like you were saying, this seems like a little bit of a hard matchup, but Kliff is the kind of character, right, who is kind of, like, great in scrambly situations, and by scrambly situations, I mean specifically if Kliff is, like, up and above you, and, like, air techs or something, that is, like, disadvantage you basically no matter what situation he's in, right, just because he starts swinging. And on counter hit, he gets such massive reward. And we didn't see too much, like, honestly, I want to say flailing from Gdom, and I don't mean that in any bad way, but honestly, like, being patient and blocking too much at Kliff can get you in real big trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know that was necessarily the problem, because I feel like it wasn't that it was too much blocking of, let's say, unnecessary things. It was more like Nup was just getting in very quickly, and so, you know, what I'm saying is it wasn't like he was just blocking 2H over and over. It was like he was blocking because Nup got in using jump S and then was pressuring with, you know, 6H and, you know, 3P and up close pressure tools and stuff, which once you're in that situation, you do kind of have to block. So Axel, especially, he's not that strong mix-up wise. He's gonna try to frame trap you and try to reset his pressure, try to throw you, that kind of thing. So the ideal defense in that kind of situation is to be patient. So it's just hard. I think I'm, you know, it's harder for me, especially because you have to remember a lot of my experience is from the older games, and Kliff wasn't in those games. He was, but he wasn't legal, so it was irrelevant. So, you know, some of these matchups are matchups that I'm definitely not familiar with. My instinct, we saw Nape Saddle. I had a feeling it was going to be hit or miss depending on exactly what Axel was doing. Didn't seem very promising. I think counterpoking with 2H is probably your best bet, and actually try to fight him on the ground. Other than that, you know, just extreme patience. I don't know. If he's jumping around with jump S a lot, you know, maybe trying to 6P. Let's look at this actually. Let's see if this works. So we saw a lot of this, right? Like ID back, ID forward. Yeah, I have a feeling this is probably good against that. Not the ID back one, but the ID forward one. He does extend his curve box. Yeah, so, you know, but this is a hard thing if you're a newer player. Reacting to an IED with a 6P, it takes a lot of experience just to get the feel for it, the reaction, to be looking for that kind of thing, to have the instinct that when you see it, your hands just automatically 6P. So, you know, to preemptively stop it, it's not the easiest thing. So, yeah, just tough. Hopefully we'll see more of Gdom later, maybe in a different matchup. Maybe we can see a little more. I feel bad because we just honestly didn't get to see that much, you know.
Ryan, I regret to inform you that was a loser's match. So I mean, we can hope we see Gdom, but not in this tournament, unfortunately. What I'll also say to Gdom though is that, frankly, to say him by name, Linfinity hangs out in the Hoop Squad Discord and plays a crap load of Kliffs. And he wins our weekly unrestricted tournaments on the reg. So if you do have specific Kliff questions or anything related to just like matchups and stuff, he's probably the person to ask. Ultimately, a thing with this game, as Ryan is kind of encountering here, is that sometimes matchup specific stuff is hard. And if you don't play the character, you just genuinely might not really know. Like, it might be something weird, like, oh yeah, get meter for FB gunshot, and then just jump and do FB gunshots, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to reiterate something that I said in previous weeks, my goal with the feedback in all these tournaments is I'm trying when I can to give general feedback that's going to be the most generally useful to everybody, you know, that you'll be able to use in any matchup. Unfortunately, the reality is that in some of the matchups, we see more of the matchup than we do of the individual characters. So sometimes I have no choice but to try to give matchup, advice, because that's what we saw, and I don't want to bother giving you advice for things that you probably already know, but we didn't get to see. So it's just unfortunate. But
well, that's the way it is, right? It's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah,
Speaking
exactly.
of cookies, Ryan, I'm going to ask to hijack the stream for 2 seconds because someone did redeem to give my bunnies a treat really early on. They didn't do it, so I'm going to rotate my camera here, and I'll point it out. They're already freaking out. They can see that I have it. So, thank you very much, Fate of Addiction, Dolce, and Banana. Oh my god, Banana. Banana.
I don't see it, but I hear it.
They're having a good time. All right, there we go. Yeah, I've given the bunnies the treats. They were freaking out over it. Anyway, I think we're ready for our next match, Ryan.
Let's do it.
Looks like we're going to be getting into... It's FreshLocal, who we saw before, the Ky player, and Professor Longshaft.
Professor
A.K.A.
Longshaft.
Moose.
What a player, what a name.
Who, yes, is May. That's what I thought. Believe it or not, it's not... I named Dolce, but Banana came as Banana. Now it's just kind of a funny pun on Dolce and Gabbana. It was not intentional, though. Anyway, Moose and FreshLocal, Ky versus May. Any immediate reaction to this matchup, Ryan?
I mean, Kai's just going to try to contain her. She's going to be jumping all around with her big swinging normals, flying around on sea mammals, and he's going to be trying to contest it. That's what I would expect to see, at least.
That feels like the
that's
lore
what we're seeing
breakdown.
so far.
Oh, that was a good attempted punish. He may that honestly might work, but that may be like a frame perfect punish. I don't know the frame data on 5S.
Yeah, so one thing I'll mention, this is a common thing that I see a lot from newer players. They instinctively will block certain things as FD when they don't need to. So like in that case, the overhead, it's like you see it and your mind knows that you need to block it in a special way, and your hands saying, okay, special way is FD, you know what I mean? Whereas special just means overhead in this case. Same idea with like a burst. A lot of people FD burst, which is actually really bad. You can get punished that way.
Wow.
So it might have been the case that they FD'd it and then actually made it so they couldn't punish that way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's like what you want to immediately go to because you're like, that thing looks dangerous. you want to do something different.
Exactly. Nice.
All right, overhead kiss. What's he got?
Okay.
Oh!
That combo, if you're not familiar, that combo is not trivial because that upwards dolphin is a downwards charge, and he's doing standing normals into it.
Is that a little bit of a safe jump there, by the way? Do we got some sauce?
Could be. Okay, burst out of the pressure. I like it. I like the Mickey 5K. Very important tool for May. That is throw in bone. Okay, big stun dipper.
Wow. The dolphin was such a good punish to that. Got her straight back in.
All right, nice little back and forth here. Round start 3K. I like it.
And, like, on a big picture scale, this matchup can be kind of wonky, right? Just because while Ky does have a lot of very powerful neutral tools, May is just so much more explosive.
So again, nice rep of the dolphin loop. Didn't get the ender, but getting the first rep is already impressive. It comes down with jump S. I like the variety of the May tools that we're seeing. Very nice. Okay. Including Wake Up Super.
Yeah, you know, you gotta do it. If she's got 50 meter and she's waking up, sometimes she needs to force the respect.
Yeah, every now and then you gotta do it. Oh, big whiff on the burst. Oh, and the cross up? Yeah, too far for close slap.
Oh, down so much life. He's doing such a good job navigating the chip. Oh,
that's gonna hit. Yeah, wow.
He was playing a shmup right there. He was trying his hardest not to block. He rid the lightning. Okay, FreshLocal takes the first one.
I really like what we're seeing so far. Moose definitely doing a good job. Like I said, just mixing it up using, using jump H, jump 2H, jump S, using dolphins here and there. And then FreshLocal, as we saw before, just really solid. As I said before, not really doing anything that I don't like. Really nice there. That was a little burst safe route. Very nice.
Oh my god, did he try to burst the burst?
Whoa. I feel like that was accidental.
Part of me feels like it was accidental. The other part of me is like, I like your moxie, kid. Get in there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's getting that first rep consistently. I think he's not taking into account how heavy Kai is and going for maybe the wrong variation for Kai's weight. I don't know what the right variation is. Maybe just straight 2P into an Ender, 2P into another Dolphin.
Yeah, it's one of those things where unfortunately the answer is like, it's almost unique for me for every character, at least slightly. And it's just something where like, if you haven't ground that out against that character, sometimes, but getting the first rep is still great.
Yeah, but that's an important point actually, is that, you know, when you're learning, when you start diving deeper into the character-specific stuff, it's really important to have a go-to variation that does work on every character. So, and I think the one that I mentioned is probably that variation where you do the first rep and then you just do 2P vertical dolphin and that's it.
Yeah.
I would guess that works on every character.
Wow, that was a weird interaction there with the super.
Yeah.
The overhead. And just like that, Moose takes that one. Yeah, there are a lot of, you know, character-specific combos and stuff in this game, and there's ways to make them less specific, and you may get less reward for them, but, like, it's all, like, some people, you know, they hear character-specific, and they're already reaching for their copy of Smash Ultimate, right? Like, they're out of here. But, like, it's something where you just have to embrace that it's, like, part of the game, and it's, like, a very unique part of each matchup is, like, what you can do, and it's something to learn, but you're not going to know it immediately, so trying to learn, like, the safer stuff is a really good idea.
Yeah, and that's also why the approach that I recommend. Oh, I was gonna say I love that combo. That combo is so cool. The approach that I recommend is start with a variation. It's gonna be simpler. It's gonna be not optimal, obviously, but a variation that just works on every character. And instead of thinking it as I have to learn all of these character-specific combos, you don't. You can learn just the simple generic one. And then, if you want, you can start to add, you know, a lightweight combo, a heavyweight combo, a character-specific combo. But I think of them as additions rather than requirements, you know? It's optimization is the way I look at it.
For sure, and the Dolphin in the Dome! Oh my god, mistimes the media a little bit. The chip was such a factor.
Yeah, so that's super, it is plus, and annoying. You can actually throw it after the flash. From pretty far away, actually, but...
I feel like you got deflated midway there. You were like, that super is plus.
Yeah.
And is annoying. It's like...
Yeah.
You expect there to be a weakness as soon as you say that or something. Wow, that was a great block!
Yeah, and a great RC. Nice 3K.
Wow!
Nice 3K again. 3K is just eating FreshLocal alive.
And there's the counter. It still combos into overhead kiss.
Corner combo? A little too far.
What?
Oh, that's gonna hit. Oh, it didn't. He went over. It armored it.
A swing and a miss strike.
Oh, it doesn't confirm. Okay, the chip. Nice. Nice. So is it 1-1 right now? This is final round?
It's 1-1 final round. This is going to be double Luigi, everybody. Whoever takes this, takes it. Ooh, the air unblockable. Dude, he crossed. Alright, this last round is already shenanigans.
That's a great little air-to-air. Yeah, the meaty 5K is also eating him alive. He's not respecting, maybe he doesn't know that it's throwing bone. Wow, the 6B through the fireball.
You know, if you have something that's invul above the ankles, it can counter fireballs, right? And that should be enough. It is.
Nice.
FreshLocal.
Very nice.
It's going to take it over Moose, but that was hella close.
That was very close. Very back and forth.
It was. Good news,
So-
Ryan. You got a good little budget of time here to explain stuff. So if you want to go more big picture and philosophical, you get in there, kid.
That's funny that you say that, because what I was about to say is this is the first time, a rare situation where I'm going to give both players the same advice.
Whoa.
I was going to be very efficient with our time, but we can go a little bit deeper into it. So, first of all, really good stuff. I mean, both of you clearly have the fundamentals down. Just need to, clean up a few things. And that's basically what I want to talk about is both of your Oki situations. So for FreshLocal, we saw a lot. You were getting knockdowns, and you like to, combo into Stun Dipper. There's no problem with that. That's kind of a preference thing. But I want to make you aware, we did see you doing this earlier, so I know you know about it. Don't feel like you have to combo into Stun Dipper all the time. Obviously, there are some confirms, like this, for example, where, you're not going to be able to get a sweep, so you have to go into Stun Dipper. But just to make sure, I don't know if you realize this or not, in my opinion, Stun Dipper is the backup. Stun Dipper is the less preferred. You would rather have the sweep. So if you can get a sweep, in my opinion, you would much rather have the sweep, because this is much stronger than, what you're going to get off of something like this, which, you're going to have to run up. You're not going to get a meaty projectile, basically. And what I was seeing is that in a lot of these situations, you're getting this, and then your go-to is like run up into 5D, which is pretty weak. I would try to round that out. I would use that maybe, let's say 10% of the time. You were using it like 80% of the time. And I would just, in these cases where you get this, I would just stick to meaty 5K or run up and 3H. I don't think I saw you do 3H hardly at all. And this is like the backup, meaty tool. This is just an insane meaty. You can time it extremely meaty where it becomes like DP safe against some DPs. It's just a very good move.
Yeah, as a joke, they gave it no recovery frames, so it tends to be DP safe.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's so meaty that I actually have trouble doing it meaty, because the amount that you have to do it in advance, it just looks wrong. Like, look at that. Like, look at how early I'm doing this.
To be honest, I don't even know what Kai's doing. It looks like he's like taking a bite out of you.
Yeah. So yeah, I would look at that a little bit more. Try to improve your Oki situations. Don't go into Stun Dipper unless you have to, and just try to get more out of your knockdowns. Same idea for Moose, just different concepts. So doing something like this. This is like the backup. I did the wrong dolphin, but this to me is like the backup. This is when you can't get anything else, right? You end your combo with that. You would much rather do something like this, and I think we talked about this on the last stream with a different May player. You would much rather do something like this. This is very strong Oki. They have to respect the dolphin. I mean, they don't have to, but if they don't, they're going to get hit by it. And it really opens you up for a lot of, sick mix-ups. So just something to look at. Again, it's this idea that's very prevalent in Guilty Gear in general, which is you sacrifice some damage in your combo to get better Oki. So, it's very, very similar idea to what we were just talking about with Kai. You sacrifice a little bit of damage, but you get a much better knockdown, and usually in a lot of these cases, sweep is going to be your best knockdown, and you just get a way better Oki situation.
Ron K does point out something there that may be worth looking at, where he says sweep tends to miss because Kai yeets his one leg up if you do it out of a Gatling, but I do imagine at least point blank Oki situations, it'll still almost always work.
Talking about maze sweep?
Yeah, I think is what he's alluding to.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, I mean,
wow.
I'm just talking in general,
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when you hit this is very common. And you see this in Exert as well, which is just you just hit this, and you just combo into this. I'm doing it like way too late, but like this, right? And you set up your Oki, and then the idea is on the next hit you're gonna really cash out because you're gonna get something. You're gonna get a strong Oki and a strong conversion. So. So yeah, and obviously also, the other thing that's good about getting into this habit is there's just so many benefits to this being your kind of go-to string when you get up close. Is first of all, this is also burst safe. We talked about that last week as well. If you hold down back while you do this, the two Ps are going to be burst safe. So this is also good for that, and it's good. You want to have the habit of comboing to sweep, because that's also how you get into your extensions. So something like this, if I can do it, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Let's see this for a second. Yeah, okay. So something like this. Right? And then you go into your dolphin loop from this. Very, very common. So yeah, there's just a lot of advantages to this being your go-to. It lets you get better options off of, off your hits. Whether you have meter to spend on the force break or not, you know, it's going to depend. But yeah, this is a really important conversion, which I can't do because I'm not a melee player, but you get the idea. So yeah. Other than that, though, good stuff. Like I said, both of your general game plans was great. The way you were approaching neutral was good. You were using really good neutral options. It was clear that you were paying attention to what your opponent was doing. So all that stuff was good. Now you just need to optimize when you do get the hits, because I think most people know this. Guilty Gear is a game of momentum. So when you get that hit and you get that knockdown, you want to maximize the amount of momentum that you get off of those hits. And that means the strongest knockdown you can get, the best oak you can get, the best conversions you can get, etc.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, when you say like it's a game of momentum, right? What's interesting is that this can take a little while for you to really feel it until you're paying attention to it. But on top of it being a game of momentum, just because of like, you know, how powerful like Oki and stuff is, it's also a game of momentum just because the system mechanics, like you gaining meter, is tied to how much like offense you're just kind of generically throwing at the opponent. And yeah, it's like huge. Once you start to realize like how much more meter you get and how powerful meter is in this game, it's like hard to understate how important momentum is in general. Also, for you asking Synthcrust, we stream every week for Guilty Gear. We alternate between beginner bracket with Ryan here. Thank you, Ryan, for being here. And non-Ryan tournaments, aka non-beginner tournaments, unrestricted on alternative weeks. We also do Street Fighter 5. Cool, and I think we have our next match here, Ryan, if you can believe it.
I'm ready. I was just messing with something because someone mentioned they didn't know that the 2P is burst safe. I just want to clarify on the 2P. I don't want to get too into this because it's a little more advanced. There's like some option selects you can do and stuff, but it being burst safe is going to depend on exactly the timing that you hit 2P. There's ways that you can option select with FD. Like I said, I'm not going to get into that now, maybe later on in the stream or something, but don't get too caught up in that. The point is that even if it is partially burst safe, it's still an improvement. You know, you're giving yourself a chance to block their burst at very little sacrifice. Like when you hit this, if you do this as opposed to, you know, this, you're sacrificing very little damage for a good chance at blocking their burst. So yeah, you know, don't get too caught up on like, is it 100% burst save? Is it, you know, yeah.
For sure. And whenever our players here are ready, it looks like we can get in. Oh, sorry, Ryan, I didn't. You want to show that again? I wasn't actually showing your screen. I thought our players were going to get into it.
Oh, I was just showing the difference between like this, you know, where this is clearly going to be not burst safe at all versus, you know, this. The damage is very little, you know, but you're giving yourself that opportunity. That one jab is partially burst safe. So, you know, just something to think about.
Yeah, burst safe is an interesting concept in this game, right? And also, if our players can hear us here, you can start. You're good. Get in there. So before they get started, burst safe is an interesting concept in Guilty Gear, right? Because if you're playing more modern games, like off the top of my head, I can think of like Persona 4 Arena or stuff like that. I realize this is not a game a lot of you in the chat have probably played, but like Guilty Gear bursts are genuinely small. So like a lot of things will be burst safe, like pretty casually, right? Like there's a lot of things that'll just kind of like go under him and just like not care about what's going on up here. So it's not like rocket science to make combos burst safe or anything like that, like it would be for games like P4A, right? You explode, like half the screen is a hitbox, and you have to do like very specific things to like get around it. So just something to keep in mind. And it looks like we're ready. We're gonna see a rerun here. We're getting nupperz, the Axel player, going up against Peripheral, who we have not seen on stream before, playing Soul.
All right, so we had Axel versus Kliff before, yeah.
We did.
Okay.
This is, I don't think, nearly as immediately like, you gotta...
Yeah.
This is hard.
Yeah. All right, let's see what Peripheral's got. I mean, we saw Nup before. Nup was looking real strong, so... Ooh, that gun flame barely missed.
I do love that effort, though, for that gun flame. Oh, punish the birds. That's what I'm talking about. You think you meant to do that? No.
The run under was brilliant there.
Oh!
Big hit? Okay. Funny, we were just talking about bird safe. Maybe I'll show that as well.
New extension? Nice. But isn't it both players have had their bursts just not like it's just like oh jeez.
I like Peripheral's approach here, and maybe this is something that who was it? Gdom can consider in this kind of matchup also. Notice that he's just like running and jumping and just FDing just to close the distance. You know, kind of conceding that yeah maybe you're gonna make me block, but at least I'll be blocking half the screen away from you instead of full screen away from you. You know. Yeah.
Unfortunately, got munched up at the end there. Just sometimes the sickles just hit you and they hurt a lot.
Nice little frame trap there with delayed 2D.
Ooh, caught by the extension.
Yeah, I mean, Nupperz looking very strong here. Nupperz is looking like they deserve to be banned. from the next one, I mean, from the next one. Not on the spot from this one. Let me. I gotta reel that back in because I realized how it sounded as I
yeah, Nupperz is looking pretty good. Can we get him out of here? Can we?
Yeah.
6-8, such a good pressure tool for Axel.
Peripheral sitting on a full bar here.
Oh, I think that was maybe meant to be an air throw. It looked like he just kind of barely whiffed.
Yeah. Although if it was air throw, it had to be OS because I believe that was jump S unless I missaw it.
You know what, Ryan? Good observation. You're gonna embarrass me in front of the whole stream like that?
But it could have been. It could have been throw OS, and that would be sick. That would be very good. But yeah, looks like Peripheral is just struggling a little bit. And again, Nup is just playing really, really good.
All right. Peripheral going on here. Let's see if he can make some adjustments. Ultimately, this is a matchup, right, where it is, Axel is a zoner, like, on paper, right? But Axel, it definitely still has tools to, like, oh, but Grand Viper, I was just gonna say, I almost feel like Peripheral is being a little too respectful. There is sillier stuff you can go for as Soul that can really work out.
Yeah, and I think as Soul, you have to do that to some degree. In these kind of matchups, Axel, Venom, any character where, maybe they're not going to punish you that hard, or they're trying to control the ground too much. Sometimes you just got to send a message with a random Grand Viper, a random Bandit Bringer, something like that. Oh, nice attempt at the conversion there. And I'm not saying you do it a lot. I'm not saying you do it all the time, but you need them to be thinking about it at least. You need to use it to slow them down, so they're not able to just do whatever they want to control all the space.
Round start move whose name I don't know, so I'll just call it cross-up thingy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I call it, basically. The cross-up.
Wow, great nice. 5K there to challenge.
Yeah, that was great awareness that was super fake. Nup just kind of stood there after the knockdown, so that was really good awareness. Right, Peripheral out of the corner. Oh, but gets tagged by the Remsen.
Wow, the follow-up hit him feels bad, man.
Rough. So one thing that Peripheral is doing, they're using a lot of jump S, which is really good. It's like an unfortunate thing in this matchup where Axel can 2K under all of Soul's jump-ins except for the latest possible jump S. So you kind of have to use it even in situations where you may not want to, where maybe there's a button that would reach further or be better in the situation. So yeah, just unfortunate. Not really too much to talk about there. I'll show one quick thing that I mentioned at the very beginning. Let me do this. I'll just do Soul actually. So where was that in the bracket, by the way?
Where are we at in the bracket? We're moving. We are towards.
Yeah, I figured.
We're almost getting towards losers semis. So we just got. It looks like 3 more matches in losers before we're at loser semis.
All right. So, okay, so this is good. Oh, let me do this actually. Yeah, count on this side. So it's just funny. I figured I would show this because we were just talking about stuff that's burst safe. It's an interesting thing that Soul did a lot in Exerd. I assume that it works in this game also, but that's why we're going to try it right now. When you hit this counter hit, it's the opponent knows like, yeah, I fucked up. Like I'm about to eat shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's a really common burst point, and the thing is, obviously the way you would normally convert off this is like, something like this, and then Dust Loop or whatever, where you do Sidewind or whatever. You can modify this slightly to make it burst safe by literally just holding down back until the last second, and instead of just doing raw 2H, you do 2P 2H. So something like this. I guess you have to dash in a little bit, but the way it hit in the match, it was like very deep. So maybe I just need to be closer. Yeah. Still closer. Something like that. Although, let me get into the combo. Yeah, it's hard to do this running also because you get wild throw. I'm not doing a great job of showing this.
Sorry, we believe in you, Ryan. Get in there.
It works. You're gonna have to maybe take my word for it. The 2P is not reaching. I don't know if that's a soul thing. Maybe I shouldn't have picked soul as the other character. I cannot pick him up with this. Let me try a different character. I think maybe this is a soul hitbox thing, actually. Let me do that thing.
Also, DreMister, thanks for being patient. Just wait a little bit here for Ryan to finish his
To finish failing at this demonstration.
Wait for Ryan to do the combo trials first, and then we'll get...
In Exert, okay, it was a soul hitbox thing. Thank you. I was like, am I going crazy? Yeah, so like this, right? And so if they burst, you're gonna block it. And again, this is a perfect example of, you know, it's not gonna be 100% burst safe, but it's gonna be mostly burst safe. And actually, I didn't even do it right now that I think about it. The way you can do it is you hold 1, right? So you're blocking, and then you hit P, and then you hold P and hit H. And when you do the Gatling, that's gonna give you 2P 2H. But if the 2P whiffs because they burst, you'll get FD. So actually, let me do it one last time. It'll actually look like this. And what's gonna happen is, if I burst really late and the 2P whiffs, I have to do it really late. And this is what I mean, it's not 100% burst safe, but like that. See, the 2H doesn't come out and you get faultless. So the 2P whiffs completely. So this is like, you know, 90% burst safe or something. And it's such a common burst point that this is a conversion that you want to be familiar with. It makes it really hard to burst there. So, and then from the 2H, you can go into, if you want to keep being burst safe, you can do jump P, and you know, there's ways to extend the burst safeness. But yeah, a good conversion to know.
Yeah, for sure. Was that all you want to show off, Ryan?
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Then I think
That's,
we can get into our next match here, which is gonna be against It's gonna be Wirdal, your son. He's back, going up against DreMister. And this should be dope. By the way, Brand made the joke earlier that my hair and me is looking more and more anime by the day, and to that I'll just say, let's get into this next match, gamers. All right, Wirdal and DreMister.
What do we got here?
Gonna be Venom and Robo-Ky.
Oh, Robo-Ky, hell yeah. Love Robo-Ky. I was thinking about picking Robo-Ky up again just for fun. Just to mix it up a little. So I know all about this matchup from fighting Kakashi a lot.
Yeah, I imagine, right?
It's a pretty fun matchup, honestly.
Oh, getting 2H to death.
You had the right idea, ran out of meter, actually. Wirdal was FDing. Okay. Got a little bit of heat from that.
Oh,
nice.
Great pickup.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow, good evasion there of the missiles.
Yeah, that is the right answer in a lot of cases, to run under the back throw.
Ow.
Uh-oh.
Ow.
Couple of drops here. Okay. Oh, nice RC. Okay.
Yeah, to see Robo-Ky coming down with a big thumbs up, like, no.
Nice. Very smart to contest Robo-Ky at the beginning. Don't let him sit on that mat for free. Very important.
Yeah, and a weakness of Robo-Ky, right? Well, he's got... Okay, never mind. It's not a weakness. Robo-Ky has, like, 2 things in this matchup to keep in mind. One, Robo-Ky can delay wake-up to throw off a lot of Venom's pressure timings. But
Yes.
Robo-Ky's hate dead angling, right? They would really prefer not to do it because meter is just so important to him as a character. So sometimes... Oh, but he actually did it! Man, my man, you know, he's reaching into the well of options.
Yeah, I mean, I would say... I think Robo-Ky's probably don't dead angle enough, because yeah, the meter is so precious to them, but they also, especially in this kind of matchup, they can gain meter very easily by just IBing the zoning, you know?
That he comboed off of him.
Off the explosion.
That
Beautiful.
was sick. Almost sick as I'm gonna say Kaz was say dropping the big sub. Appreciate you.
So the Robo-Ky explosion, it does prorate, which I think is kind of dumb, I'll be honest. I feel like it shouldn't prorate at all. It prorates 50%. Like, I want my punish. I saw that he was gonna explode. I actually got the conversion off of it, and then it scaled 50%. I want my full punish.
That was such a good little series of like micro adjustments. You saw him there as a A.B.A go for Venom 5S, which is like a phenomenal button, right? And then immediately after that, DreMister went for 2K, went under the next 5S. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah, 2K is a really strong Robo-Ky button. It does raise his heat a little bit, but that's because it's such a strong move.
Yeah. And honestly, raising your heat a little bit can be advantageous. It's not one of those things like if you do 6P where you go, I'm gonna die.
No, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. To be clear, yeah, raising your heat is not a bad thing inherently. It can be a bad thing if you're about to overheat, but he does get better normals the higher the heat.
Oh, he's getting the silly stuff.
Okay. Oh, the back throw didn't protect against the back throw.
Yeah, it feels like defensive throw has worked out several times for Wirdal. And if there's any character that you got to be really scared of defensive throws, it's probably Venom.
It's all Venom's got. Don't take it from us. Let us do it.
Please select your character.
All Venom's got. You're gonna say that with a character with FB Stinger? You're gonna lie on my stream like that?
It's all we've got on defense, okay? All we've got on defense.
Ah, man. Well, whether or not that's true, which it's not, we're getting into this last one. Or sorry, not last one. It's 1-0 Wirdal.
Ooh. I have to think that was not intentional. I'm guessing he tried to throw and accidentally got 1 instead of 4.
Great
Nice.
FRC! Nice! Robo's 5H FRC is a hilarious FRC because it's one of those ones where it's like not even that difficult once you understand it. It is just so fast though that
you just do it as fast as possible. It works every time.
It is like literally like frame 4 to 6 or something. It's like instant.
Oh, dropped the 2S. Oh, but got a reset. Okay, a little bit crazy fighting for this corner.
Oh man.
Ran into the missiles.
Yeah,
it looked like Wirdal tried to dash and then realized the missiles were coming, got dash break, but you can't block. You gotta FD break.
It is funny how this matchup works, because once Robo does have level 3 missiles, it's like, doesn't really matter who you are, usually zoning is out the window, right? Like, you kinda, it just gets smothered.
Yeah, exactly.
5H is 5 frames, you think, to FRC? I mean, I believe it, that's crazy.
Yeah, 5H is 5 frame startup, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's 5 frame startup, I wasn't sure what the FRC window was.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Too far away.
Okay, nice patience with the missiles.
Dre has done a phenomenal job at 6P'ing pretty much anytime he jumps there, which is so important for him.
Yeah, and I also like Wirdal is doing a really good job. Well, nice block.
Oh no, he might be close to stun!
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna get stunned.
No, okay, he's not flashing. He might just die though.
Yeah, he might just die. Oh, drop the ender.
Oh, it ate the ball!
Oh, the missile again. What I was going to say is Wirdal's doing a really, really good job of not letting Dre autopilot 2K2S2D on block. He's doing a really, really good job of contesting after. He's not quite getting a punish because he's doing far slash instead of 2 slash, but Dre is hitting buttons. He's not respecting the fact that he's like very, very minus there. And so Wirdal is, getting the initiative and in a lot of cases able to push him off the mat. So it's something that Robo-Ky has yet to be very careful not to autopilot. If you do 2S2D on block, you're going to be very, very minus. And not only are you going to be minus and have to lose the initiative, but you put a mat down. So if you let the opponent dash forward and push you off the mat, you're giving them meter. They get meter on your mat. So it's really, it could be potentially very, very bad.
So something to keep in mind here, right? He just whiffed that anti-air 2P. Look at his heat go, and that's something that you really have to keep in mind as Robo-Ky, is that whiffing your AAs like that can be disproportionately bad for your health.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the missile that's coming back. Okay. He was dashing forward, so he dodged it.
Pick up TP, that's so much damage.
But yeah, that's definitely the nuance of playing Robo-Ky for sure, is managing both your meter and your heat. Nice high heat combo, good awareness, exactly what I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Using the heat to its advantage.
DreMister, he hates jump-ins, can't stand it. You know, that's what's great about 5H regular RC. It's got your back, just in case you miss it. But
ooh, good trade for Wirdal. Okay, gets the knockdown. Nice, using S Stinger, very important against Robo-Ky to use Stinger and Carcass Raid as your OP, so that if he does the delayed wake up, you still get pressured.
ooh, try to
Shake out, okay, good.
You always got to remember that Robo is like 0 on block at the Robo tackle, and it's usually sometimes hard to contest with whatever option he's going with after.
Yeah, Venom is pretty good at contesting because of 2S, but yeah. Good FD, avoiding the chip, but yeah, you had to know that was coming, right? Because he's going to go for the chip, so the air dash there was a little ambitious.
A little ambitious,
Rough.
and unfortunately, your boy Wirdal, Ryan, is going to go out at this point in the tournament, but damn, he made it far. He made it so far. Yeah, he was up in losers round 8, which I believe Wirdal, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think Wirdal was in top 8.
Nice, very nice.
Nice, you're banned. I hope to never see you
So
again.
long as I get banned, mission accomplished.
Good shit, Wirdal. You did great. And also, GG's to everybody who made it into the top 8 so far. Like, that's an incredible feat, right? Even if you feel like you're just starting out in GG, you're still getting your bearings. Like, I mean, hey, being able to beat enough people to make it a top 8 of any tournament is definitely something to write home about. And I'll switch over to the Ryan cam here. For what, you know, Ryan sees Venom, and now he's ready. He's going in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm ready. So a couple of things. We can talk about the matchup in general. Wirdal, it definitely seemed like you were inexperienced in the matchup. So just a couple of notes. Number one, I mentioned it during the match. You were doing a great job of doing sweep and then doing this kind of OP to protect yourself against the delayed wake up. Very nice. One thing, just so you're aware, that you might not know, I think a lot of people don't know this. Both Robo-Ky and Bridget, the two characters with delayed wake ups, they cannot delayed wake up slide knockdowns. So if you do this, you cannot delayed wake up this. So you can just do your normal Oki, and it's actually pretty tricky because there are some Robo-Ky and Bridget players that don't even know about that because it doesn't really come up in that many matchups. So sometimes they try to delayed wake up, and they think that they're going to get it, and they don't, and they just wake up and they don't even realize that they're getting up. They just get hit meaty. So it's a really good thing because obviously Venom, this is a common combo ender anyway, so you really don't have to make any adjustments. So just a good thing to be aware of. And the other thing that I noticed, just a general thing, I pointed it out that in that one round where you died to the missiles, it looked like you dashed and then tried to stop, and you actually got hit in your dash break. I was trying to pay attention to it more, but it was kind of hard to see. Make sure you're dash breaking. Maybe you already do this. If you already do this, good job. Don't ignore what I'm saying. But for anybody else out there also, when you're dashing, when you stop, this little break animation, see this sliding animation that Venom has, you cannot block during this. And that's why you see at a higher level, Guilty Gear players do this when they want to move forward and block, because by just tapping FD, you cancel that slide animation and you block immediately. So anytime you need to dash and block, you want to make sure it's called an FD break. You want to make sure you're doing that. So just something to watch out for. And then from Dre, good stuff. The one thing I would say is overall, I really liked what I was seeing. You were doing, be careful of your autopilot. I talked about it again a little bit during the match. Be careful about doing this on block. It's very punishable. A lot of characters can sweep you, Venom can 2S you, stuff like that. The other thing is you were getting thrown on wake up a lot. Robo-Ky has a really good anti-throw tool. Horsey leaves the ground, not frame 1, but it's pretty quick. So you can actually run up on someone on wake up. You can do something like this, and then just Horsey, and you'll be throw invulnerable. And if they wake up mashing 4H, they're gonna get counter hit, and they explode basically. Counter hit Horsey is an insane starter. So something to keep in mind. Really good anti-throw tool. Once you realize they're mashing throw on wake up, just start doing meaty Horsey and they'll die. So
yeah, 100%. I think that's really good. By the way, there's the Bridget Defense Force in chat, and I got a bone to pick. because someone says Starship's not a real DP. Starship's not only a real DP, it's like the best DP in the game. Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it has an FRC point.
Got an FRC point. It's
invul.
It's invul frame 1. It's the realest DP you could possibly have.
Yeah. Doesn't it also hit behind him?
Hits everywhere. It's a good-ass DP. But, Ryan, this next match, focusing on the future. You know, I'm sorry that your boy had to go out. It's okay. It's in the past, Ryan. We can keep going. But in the future here, we're going to have Ephelle, who I think we also saw last time on stream as well, who's going to be either playing Dizzy or Jam, going up against nerzum Potemkin. And we have talked about the Dizzy Pot matchup a little bit. It's definitely one that he has to navigate. You know, there's things he can flick. There's also things he can not flick. So whenever our players are ready here, if you're listening, we can go on and get into it. And there's also going to be Winners Finals. Ooh.
Winners Finals.
Winners Finals. So this is going to be first to 3. Because this is a Guilty Gear tournament, and first 3s take about 5 minutes as opposed to 2. So we can go on and get in there. Winners Finals, Ephelle versus nerzum. Make some noise, everybody, if you're in the chat room. I want to see some mooting and hollering. I want to see some Tasty Steve faces. Get him in here.
Oh, you mentioned Dizzy or Jam.
We're getting Jam.
You were assuming it was going to be Jizzy, but it is Jam here.
I was assuming it was going to be Dizzy. I'm not going to say the other thing you said there. That was a bit of a slip. We're just going to move on past it, Ryan. Nobody clipped that. Anyway, going on in your nerzum versus Ephelle.
I don't know what I said, but all right. I want to see if last tournament I mentioned Jam has Potemkin specific. No, my bad. It's Val specific. Right. We were showing Potemkin and Jam. I made the same confusion last week. Never mind. Forget what I'm saying. Oh, a little early on the pop buster.
Ooh, go ahead. Good defense so far from nerzum. Gets chucked.
Alright, good throw.
And that time, you know, it's the revenge combo. This one he got, you know, it's a black beat, but we'll allow it.
Yeah, so what's interesting is that even though that's a black beat, that's actually like a legitimate thing, because Jam can kind of, so it's kind of hard to explain. The tech point is so late that Jam can actually kind of 50-50 between going for the black beat or going for a throw reset. And you can't really react either way because the tech point is so late after the Genkirin. So it's almost like a mix-up.
Interesting. And what's also interesting is how long this round has gone on for. These two really grinding it out.
20 seconds left.
Yeah, the patience. Also, Ryan, what you just said about Jam is horrible, and I'd like to go back to time to before I knew it. I don't like that as a valid strategy.
Yeah, that's like an old school thing. I'm actually impressed to see Ephelle going for that.
That Street Rules Guilty Gear right there. Going for black beat resets. Oh, okay, good stock up.
Yeah,
wow.
So... Oh, nice. Yeah, so 6H is throwing Bone. Oh, she's gonna get over, yeah.
Jam's so fast, able to just fly on over the mirror.
Yeah, so of course Potemkin can contest the cards by doing Slide Head. Slide Head is pretty good in this matchup, but, you know, Jam's ID is so fast, so it's definitely not the one answer. Whoa, that was a mistake.
That one wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, that was what the intention was.
And Wake Up card is a little disrespectful. That's a hell of a read. And manages to clutch it out there with the 5K. 5K, so active. How active? Too active.
Yeah, it's like 8 frames or something.
It's a ridiculous
But yeah, Ephelle was looking great. Just a couple of execution errors on Wake Up. It seemed like maybe they were a little excited to DP because of how many cards she had. But, I don't know, dropping the input. So a little unfortunate there. It is something that when you're playing against Jam, you have to be very aware of, because she can Wake Up DP and then use the cards to almost mix you up after blocking the DP. So something to be aware of when she does have meter.
That was a great backdash there.
Excuse me, when she does have cards.
Yeah. Oh man, there was something I wanted to comment on. But just... I forget. I'm sorry, Ryan. It went in one ear and out the other. I'm out of here.
It's all good. It's that kind of... That's my energy level right now as well, so I feel you. I really like Ephelle's strategy here, though. She's, you know, doing pressure when possible, but keeping the strings tight, not allowing for any, you know, straight Potemkin busters. And then when it doesn't work, just get out of there.
Oh, into the heavy. Yeah. And the thing I really wanted to point out here is nerzum's move. Oh my god.
Oof.
nerzum's movement has been overall phenomenal this set, right? A lot of hammerfall breaks. What a
great
good
reaction. Yeah. I feel like Ephelle is playing great neutral and has good pressure and that kind of stuff, but it's just like folding on defense. And I don't know if it's an issue of trying to, take advantage of the cards on wake up too much. I don't know. Let's see if okay, good defense. There we go.
Yeah, that was a great backdash there because at that range, that would beat almost everything Pot was going to go for outside of like hard reads. Thanks for blowing out my speakers, Jam. I really appreciate it. Gudge Gauntlet.
Yeah. There's that meaty 2K again.
Yeah, and when I was saying that nerzum has great movement, dude, he's so good at it. Something to keep an eye out for is hammerfall breaks are not free, right? Like, they take a lot of getting used to be able to do it fast enough that you actually get Oki, and it's really impressive that nerzum has those down. And
here's the kind of, again,
oh! You had all the time in the world to stop, man. You had to.
Oh, the 6P on the ground. But that was a good example of the flowchart I mentioned at the beginning of the tournament. We saw Ephelle perfectly use a card, take Potemkin to the corner, do a short combo, then end like this and recard. Oh, that's gonna hit and that's gonna kill. Jeez. Is that 1-1 or 2-0?
That's 2-0 already, if you can believe it. That was a long first round and then not set and never again.
Yeah, nerzum is on point with the 6Ps. I mean, and that is crucial in this matchup because if you can shut down Jam's air dash, going back to what I said at the top of the set, if you force her to play it more on the ground, that's where you're going to get a lot of mileage out of, slide head, 5H, stuff like that. So if you just shut down her air dash approach, she's going to really struggle. Yeah, and you can see, look at perfect example. Look at the hesitation from Ephelle, not really sure how to approach. And then in that brief moment of hesitation, nerzum with the slide head gets the knockdown, gets the momentum.
Wow, bold wake-up throw.
Wow, just the raw heat, not even the 6P.
Into the pot buster.
We've seen that tick throw attempt a couple times.
Oh, great 6H. Or a throw?
6H for the throw invuln. Okay, I see you. I like the meaty 6H. The meaty 6H is just bulletproof, basically.
That time drops it. What?
Wow.
Damn.
Low profile to hammerfall.
I didn't know that was low profileable. I thought it like crunched the floor, but I guess
yeah, I can't say that I've seen that. I feel like I would have seen that from Venom, but I've never done that before. Maybe I have, and I just don't even remember. Oh, nice.
So, she's not up in the air.
That's gonna whiff, yeah.
You can see that the hesitation from Ephelle challenging after. Okay, gets a gold burst. How's the meter gonna go towards?
I mean, it has every card in the deck right now. Yeah,
just
get in there. Yeah.
My man's got the power of friendship and the Millennium Eye. What's he gonna pull? Oh!
Counter hit, nice! I was expecting just another Ryujin into Genkyurin. Just spend all the cards. Yeah, this is looking rough for Ephelle. Nice.
Yeah, Ephelle, this is potentially the last round here. Ephelle's got to dig deep and find something. 2H whiffs.
Okay, yeah, nice punish.
And nerzum is like 100% with those pot busters, which is terrifying. Once you see a pot not accidentally doing 5P or, Oh, yeah. Great guard point!
Nice parry! Beautiful! The telegraphed jump D after Heavenly, Nice. Very nice conversion. Recard. Nice! Gets the full combo. Beautiful.
Oh, what a bait! Wow, nice. He recovered in time!
Didn't quite get the punish, but still hit the Genkyurin.
The burst. Ephelle does not have a lot of health left.
Yeah, oh, the slide head. This is a problem. Good block. No punish, though.
Oh, trades!
RC!
Great TP!
Nice TP! Into the corner. Let's go!
Stocking up.
Oh, I don't like the backing off, though. No, I don't think you have enough health for that. Okay.
This is maybe one more clean hit, maybe two.
Genkyurin again. Yes, Genkyurin again. No pickup, though. Oh, maybe trying to bait the burst?
Yeah, maybe nerzum still has it.
Oh, 13 seconds.
No!
Oh, what a close match. Oh, man.
Hammerfall kills us all. Hammerfall chunching through the dragon kick there, and nerzum is going to take it in winners finals.
I'm sad for Ephelle's sake because it definitely felt like they were getting a really good grasp on the the kind of the back and forth and was making the right adjustments. It just was a little bit too late. Just a little bit too late. Let's talk about a couple of things real quick.
Did y'all see how Ryan was just going to start doing some Venom trading mode? He was just like, just autopilot, just in his bones. He's like, I might as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was a great set.
That was a fantastic set.
I'm going to focus a little bit more on Ephelle's side, since obviously we're going to see nerzum again. And honestly, nerzum was playing great. I would say just real quick, the one thing from nerzum, you had your one potbuster setup, 5K 2S potbuster. Picks up a little bit, just find some other ticks into it. And also, more importantly than finding other ticks is find other things to do from 2S to stop people from holding up after you make it obvious that, that's your kind of go-to. But yeah, from Ephelle's side, I would say, I mentioned at the top of the set, you were doing a good job of, pressuring, and then when it didn't work, IEDing back out. And that's fine for safety, but and it's fine when you don't have a card yet, because it's kind of hard to continue pressure at that point once you get pushed out. And I understand the hesitance to want to frame trap Potemkin, but I think you still do need to a little bit. Once you establish this as your foundation, and he's not biting, he's not getting hit by this, he's not standing up, you can tell he's not matching Potemkin Buster, then it kind of opens the door a little bit to do, some other stuff and, mix it up a little bit more with the more traditional pressure. Again, you don't want to get too crazy because then he will start doing Potemkin Buster, but, a little bit of frame traps here and there at least. But the other thing I would say is there were a lot of opportunities where you had cards and you did this or, some kind of string into sweep and then still backed out. I would say in these cases, sometimes you still want to pressure. I don't know that I even remember the inputs. How do you do this? So, doing on block as a frame trap, just doing this, very, very strong. And it's something that you want to have in your toolkit. And again, I think you do have to respect Potemkin to some degree, but you don't want to over-respect to the point where you're giving up opportunities. And when you have cards, this is still going to be in your advantage. So, doing stuff like this, and then sometimes you do nothing, sometimes you Genkurin, stuff like that. I think you do need to do to some degree. So just something to think about. I don't know if this is something that you do normally do in other matchups and you were just hesitant to do it against Potemkin. But I think you have to do it to some degree, Let me do...
Romantic.
This input is so awkward. Wait, can you not do in this game? Can you not do... Wait, can you not cancel in the Genkurin in this game?
Who knows?
Wait.
Someone call Stickbug. I have no idea.
Yeah. Am I doing something wrong here?
You need to use cards.
Oh, it's with D. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Why are you adding me? I'm not
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm, again, not going crazy. Just, I was using the wrong button again. that time, though, I didn't know the right button. I didn't use that time. Funny that it was the exact same button, though. But yeah.
The sun's in his eyes. Give Ryan a break.
Yeah. So, just something to think about, Ephelle. Like I said, I don't know if it's something that you already utilize in other matchups and you were just hesitant to do it against Potemkin. But if you don't do it in other matchups, that's one of Jam's stronger frame traps. It makes her sweep really scary, and then you can also start mixing in the sweep FRC, which I'm not going to be able to do. But there's just all sorts of avenues you can take from sweep from there. So overall, great stuff though.
Yeah, really cool. And next up, we're going to be getting, the crowd favorite. People looked over the bracket. They were like,
burstburglar.
The burstburglar here in top 4. He made it all the way. So we're going to be getting burstburglar A.B.A. versus DreMister's Robo-Ky, which is a wonky matchup. I would say this matchup fits the definition of wonky. These are just two weird characters.
Yeah, I would say so. Probably two of the weirdest characters in the game, yeah.
This is not Winners Finals. This is nothing. I'm just gonna say I'm sorry. It's a match.
Yeah, burstburglar is definitely a powerful name. I agree with that. That is powerful. That's the kind of name where you sit down and you already feel like you're losing.
Yeah, right. It's like, damn. I don't want to.
Damn, I lost at the tournament sign-up sheet.
Damn, the DreMister picked the Robo-Ky theme. I think he did.
Alright, we're gonna be commentating in silence then.
Never trust Robo-Ky.
Round start 6P. You mentioned that in the last set. I love burstburglar. Just back up and just blood pack and let's get the party started. None of this messing around in normal mode. Let's just get right to it.
Yeah, and Blood Pack makes a lot of sense, because, like, these two characters, they're kind of, like, at opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Like, A.B.A runs in usually fully loaded more in the start, whereas Robo-Ky sucks at the start and gets better, right? So it makes sense for A.B.A to just try to take initiative immediately before Robo-Ky tries to get started.
It's so common for Robo-Ky to play patient at the beginning and try to set a mat, so it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. Wow, that beat the F5H! Now free Moraha, free dinner!
We got these? Oh, small drop.
And drops. Okay. You saw him go for the pew-pew lasers there, like the I-beams down to the floor, but I think that like an air approach there from A.B.A makes a lot of sense. And also, 2H from Robo at distances like that can be really great, right? For like catching extended hitboxes and stuff.
Oh, the Danzai perfectly timed. No conversion off it though. Okay. Robo-Ky with one of the better throw mashes because of his 5H, although it is potentially punishable on hit against certain characters, so.
But the problem is it tends to counter hit a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Baiting the wake-up throw.
Everyone dropping cat jams in the chat right now is on the chaotic evil side of the spectrum.
Yeah. All right, we got overclock. Let's go. Shoot some missiles.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna knock down. He can actually IK. He can just IK. No, don't do that. Oh.
Yeah, popped her out of it. That was a really good observation.
Yeah.
He could have just done it. Oh, he clashed.
Okay.
Wow, thought he would turn around and
She
time to punish.
has so much meter. I'm terrified right now. The force break rolls are coming.
Oh, 5K. Yo, burstburglar was playing a little scared. He got a headshot.
Wait, did that roll back? What just happened? Did it hit her or not?
No, it did. It just didn't kill.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell.
It's very rare that missiles just hit someone standing on the ground and it's not counter
like
hit.
the fact that she was still standing after, I was like, wait, did she block it?
No, I just donked her in the head.
Yeah, overall, really like what I'm seeing so far. I like the just general game plan. burstburglar playing just very solid, just very aware of, the meter. We saw in round 1, getting out of the meter and then back into it. Just like what I'm seeing so far. Just solid play on both sides.
Yeah, for sure. All right, burstburglar is up 1-0, Like I said, the fan favorite now going for this mint green color on the key, and DreMister sticking with the Pikachu.
The Pikachu, that's pretty funny. So, I mean, we see the same kind of opening here where both players back up, and it gives burstburglar the opportunity to pop a blood pack. I would love to see Dre, kind of change it up and not, because I think it's better for A.B.A that, like, if A.B.A could choose, okay, I get free Moraha and you get 25% meter, she'll take that all day. Whereas Robo-Ky would prefer, like, no, I'll have the no meter and you'll have the no Moraha, So I think it's on him to contest.
Something interesting there from Burglar is I think he was in range to go for like the unblockable in that situation. Although we also have not seen Burglar activate Goku yet, right? Am I crazy?
You are not crazy. I have that written down. That was the first thing I was going to mention, because not only, I mean, we'll talk about it after the match. But yeah, it's pretty important, I think.
Pretty important. But here we are getting the free Moraha. That's how every A.B.A when they start the match like that, they're eating good. That's good vibes for them. Oh, went over the 2H. That is the risk of using it when they're that close. It looked like he tried to go for Robo-Tackle, but I think he pressed it a little bit early and he just got 5S. Unfortunate.
Nice little reset there with the force break projectile.
A
nice delayed wake up. Very smart. Very, very smart.
Burstburglar protecting the toes. I'd love to see DreMister go for something now, like a run-up command grab. Burstburglar is respecting the Robo-Tackle so much. The chuck?
Yeah.
Oh, he got those.
ID combo. The relaunch.
Okay, there's the 2H. That's what I'm talking about. That's the range where it's really effective.
I like this pressure. There you go. That's what you were asking for.
Thank you, DreMister.
Like getting the heat up.
Dead angling.
Oh, wanted the 6H. Okay, this is gonna do a ton of damage.
That is,
yeah,
and she's close to coughing. That's gonna be a cough.
Oh! Yeah, didn't take it. Oh, the Robo-Tackle. Nice pickup. Oh, it drops it though. A.B.A has such a weird hurtbox in the air.
Wow, good dodge on the missiles.
Oh, that's gonna be enough. Yeah, just enough with the you know, the classic A.B.A 1 pixel, right?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter if she's got 1 pixel. That character knocks you down and you die. And that's just how life works sometimes. But GG's, DreMister made it super far. Good stuff. A.B.A, you know what's funny, right? Because when you're fighting Robo-Ky, you're like, what is this Laffy-Taffy character, right? And he's like hitting you with so much stuff. But A.B.A's honestly similar, right? Just not as outwardly goofy, but is a character where you really have to know what she does and how to take advantage of it, right?
No, absolutely, absolutely. So real quick, we'll talk about a couple of things here. So
give me 1 second, Ryan. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so you touched on it during the match, but this is the way that I view Robo-Ky is, you know, you start out real slow. You have no meter, you have no heat, and you play a little bit patient. You IB a couple things, you get a mat down here or there, you get a little bit of meter, right? This is just like winning neutral in a lot of cases. If they don't run under it right away, you know, and even if they do run under it, sometimes you can do this and catch them, you know, running in. But basically, anytime you can get missiles out and then run in behind them, my game is lagging so bad. And then run in behind it, it's like a 50-50 every time. Because you can run up and command grab, or you can run up Robo-Tackle, which is, you know, a ground DP that's even unblocked. So I feel like it's just the most fundamental, simple, if you just boil down the game plan, to me it's as simple as gain meter, get a missile on screen, and then run in after it. And every time you're able to do that successfully, I'm failing to run right now. My game is like super laggy right now. But every time you are able to do that, you get a really strong 50-50. So I would you know, look at that a little bit more. You went to the command grab finally at the very end. But you know, it almost seemed to me, and maybe I'm making a jump in my assumption here, but it almost seemed to me like you don't appreciate the threat that Robo-Tackle puts on them, you know, the fear that it puts them in when they see you running at them, that they will very frequently turtle up, and this command grab is going to work, you know, very, very often. Because the fact that you can vary the timing of the Robo-Tackle, you can run all the way up in their face and then do it, and it beats a totally different set of options than if you did the Robo-Tackle from, you know, from out here. So all these different distances when you do the Robo-Tackle is a mix-up in itself. And so from the defender's perspective, it's extremely scary. And again, if you set it up, I can barely move, it's so laggy.
Trying your best.
I don't know what's going on with my game. It's like super lagged. But you know, every time you can set up with this, they can't even jump until you get to them. So it's just a very fundamental. And again, you know, if you're already familiar with this, you know, it is what it is. I just want to make sure, because I feel like it's so important. That you know, this is just like a fundamental Robo-Ky thing.
It's one of those fighting game concepts, right, where it's a sword in the sheath is worth 2 in the bush, right? Like, it's sometimes you have really powerful tools, and when you see, like, stronger and stronger players, it's almost like they use those tools less, and it's not because they don't know how strong it is, it's because, like, they don't have to do it for, like, how threatening it is at the range. Like, they both respect it, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's just one of those things where until you're on the receiving end and you're having it done to you, you don't realize how effective it is. It's so simple, just this versus this. I mean, it's just so simple, but until you have it done to you, you're like, oh, this is like really hard to deal with. And they're both really powerful options, you know, stealing their meter or, you know, getting a giant combo. So yeah. Other than that though, you know, good stuff. weird matchup, you were using the rest of the tools. Great use of delayed wake up, use DP a little bit, which is really important against A.B.A. So all good stuff there. Real quick from the old burstburglar, who we're going to see again in a second, but just to give you a little bit of advice before the match, I see already in chat, a lot of people are talking about Goku. We mentioned it. You don't have to get crazy with it. To start with, the way I would use Goku to start is as a meter replenisher. So if you get into a position where, you have a third of the meter, if you get knocked down, you potentially lose the round, just find an opportunity to Goku. Either get up close to them and Goku, even just do it in neutral if you have to. If you're far enough away, it's not super punishable by a lot of characters. And just use it to refresh your meter. Or also on wake up. Just use it on wake up. If you get knocked down and then one more knockdown is going to kill you, just use it on wake up. That's the way I would use it to start with. And then you can look at more advanced offensive uses like frame traps, combo extensions, stuff like that. But yeah, just using it defensively to make sure that you don't just run out of meter, I think is the simplest way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll save the rest. I had one more thing, but maybe I'll touch on it after this match.
Yeah, I say we touch on it. Also, Ryan, just some random old man trivia that I don't know if you know. How much did you play Accent Core?
A lot.
A lot?
Years.
So correct me if I'm totally wrong, because I believe I looked at the data at one point. I'm pretty sure Robo-Ky's command grab was kind of bugged back in Accent Core, because it really didn't steal a whole lot of meter. I think it gave you like a block, but depending on the amount of meter that they had, you did disproportionately more damage, and it was weird. They like fixed it in plus R, but in Accent Core, it was kind of just like a pot buster, and it's really goofy.
That I don't remember. I don't remember how much the meter gain scaled, but the damage I know definitely scaled.
It was absurd. It was like if they had more than like half meter, it did like a little bit more than a pot buster with how much it did. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you can combo out of it against a lot of characters, especially in the corner. I mean, universally you can just super, but against a lot of characters, you can actually get meterless little extensions off it. 5K, what is it, like 5K close / 6P in a lot of cases against lightweight, stuff like that. So it's just really good. His command grab is just really good. Even when you don't do anything after it, it sets up a really, really good Oki. So
yeah, it is really good, but
knockdown.
Enough of our old man rambling, Ryan. We're gonna get into losers finals here. Ephelle versus the burstburglar. He's getting on in here. He's got the mask and the little cape, and he's ready to take the burst.
I'm ready. So the other piece of advice I was gonna give maybe after this one is some advice on how to burgle those bursts a little bit better. So.
Yeah, and that was actually, I love that start there from burstburglar. He shot out the little A.B.A fireball and then just recognized that Ephelle was going to be forced to block it or get hit, and immediately just used a blood pack. Once he realized he was going to be safe, just immediately went for it. And damn, he's going in. This man, this lady is getting burgled. Oh, what an A!
Wow,
Yay.
Nice 2S anti-air, and using the opportunity to reset the meter. Very just good awareness. This is what I was talking about before. I love the awareness to, to not run out of meter. Play it very safe.
Got dead angle there, but still forced to cough, and wow, that actually might have been a punish.
I think it was. It looked like it was. It looked like it was an IV.
Yeah, it looked like it was a chicken block IV. Love to see it.
Nice. I really like burstburglar's strategy, just the general strategy of getting into Maroha. I think they're doing a really, really good job of mixing up how they get in, and they're not afraid to use a blood pack.
Yeah, I'm impressed with burstburglar's play. I'm not gonna lie though, Ryan. Let's talk meta for a second. Rolling up to a tournament with the name burstburglar, there's certain expectations put upon you, and I'd really like to see burstburglar taking up his namesake here.
Well, we'll touch on that advice then after this for sure. See if we can help
Wait,
out.
what? Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
She was gonna cough. I was not even looking at the meter. I was midway through my bit, and that is the weakness of A.B.A right there.
Yep, good awareness. Really good awareness from Ephelle. Okay, puffball. Big puffball. Nice pickup. This is gonna be a card. Very nice. Wow, just that alone built the 25% for force break card. That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, jams like to run forward, right? It makes our tension pulse go wild, and then they just have meter.
Okay. Nice. Oh.
Wow,
He's
did you?
stopping at that same point.
You see the little dance they did there, like dashing back, dashing forward? That was funny. Harden up.
So I'll just start talking about it now. The other thing I was going to mention is, I feel like, so, you know, everything that I've been
Once again!
Yeah.
Oh, brutal. You know?
So the stuff that I've been talking about with burstburglar, as far as their strategy, I feel like it's very solid, very, you know, calculated, very patient. And then they get into Miroha, and I feel like they're being too respectful. Where are the Danzais? I feel like you gotta start throwing out some random Danzais. I was gonna talk about it in a combo sense to, you know, to be burst safe and that kind of thing, and pressure to be dead angle safe, all that kind of stuff. But what about just the neutral Danzais? Stop this random Ryujin, the air dashes, shut all this down. You know?
This is, Ryan, this is the third tournament in a row where you and I have just been sitting here like, we'd really like to see more Danzais.
Yeah. I mean,
there it is!
I was gonna say, don't get me wrong, there is a risk, right? Because Jam can definitely close that gap. If you whiff it, she could Ryujin and whiff punish it on reaction. But make her do it. Make her show you that she can do it, you know? It's just such a powerful tool. We just saw it work there. You know, it's just, it's the kind of thing, again, it's not something you want to do all the time. You want to represent it. You want to slow them down. You want to be the one dictating the pace of the match.
That was a fantastic pickup also off the counter hit. And something that's important, Ryan, is good to have RC there trying to get it going, but just let her jump out, unfortunately. Something that's important is that, there's a lot of moves in this game where I'll make the joke of, like, it slices, it dices, it, like, it butters your toast, right? But, like, it's hard to emphasize how much Danzai slices and dices. It, like, loses to a couple things, but beats basically everything else on the spectrum.
Yeah. This is one of the probably rare matchups where you really can get punished for whipping it pretty consistently because of Ryujin.
Yeah.
But still, it's just, you know, she has so many things that are single hit moving forward, like Puffball and Ryujin.
Great punish, like you were saying.
And there it is. See, but look, that wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that bad of a punish.
That was worse. Oh, wow, that almost punished that dead angle, and that was going to be another IK.
This is a problem.
Oh my god, Ephelle is 3 for 3.
Yeah. All right. I mean, Ephelle showing great awareness on the meter.
You know, it's funny about A.B.A, Ryan, where it's like, every time it's an A.B.A round, like, oh! Okay, we're good.
Oh, no. Okay.
Every time it's an A.B.A round, it's like, clip that, upload it to YouTube, tweet it out, tell your parents. Every time it's an opposite, where you as A.B.A get annihilated, it's like, damn it, they're gonna clip that, they're gonna tell their parents.
Yeah.
Like,
Great conversion! Great conversion!
Wow.
Off the trade, setting up the unblockable. Oh, a little too close for the projectile, but... There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
That was a mild burgering. That was a five-finger discount right there.
Okay.
There we
go! Anti-mash, it slices, it dices, like you said, anti-burst, anti-mash. Let's go.
We're really seeing the power of Danzai's here. Danzai's in motion.
Nice patience.
Man, that's some Street Fighter pressure right there. Ridiculous.
Ooh. I think it's a little scary to use your burst just to get into Miroha like this, but I understand the idea. Okay, nice. Nice. Big hit. Ephelle with no burst in sight.
Oh! Wow, dead angle.
Oh.
Wow, a little bit of
Okay,
this
just gets the throw. Transform back out. Yep.
Yeah, fantastic.
I knew it. Yeah, burstburglar.
Wow! Throw text.
Yeah, what a tag. Oh, and burstburglar trying to throw on wake up, but again, jam 6H, you gotta be careful, it's throwing vuln. Nice block on the overhead!
Again, using that fireball is a safe way to activate Miroha. You'd like to see it.
I love to see it. I think A.B.As in general don't do that kind of stuff enough. That was almost another great pickup off anti-air 2S, just a little too late. Oh.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
just needs one good hit.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No! What?
Executioner! Hit her!
What?
Hit her!
What?
Yeah, gets out of the mode because she was gonna start losing life.
The Ryujin is a win punish.
Okay, the burst. Oh, this is. Okay.
Danzai!
Yes, Danzai to Danzai. I couldn't say it fast enough. You'll love to see it. You love to see it.
The burglar's on the board. You know, it definitely was an execution error, but it's also really funny to think that he activated on IK and just stocked up. He's just powering up.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate execution error. But yeah, see, and that's a subtle difference in, you know, using Danzai in neutral. I would say you don't want to just use it from across the screen. You know, if you're really far away, you could probably react to a lot of things with Danzai if you're ready, like her command dash, you know, when she tries to puffball, you could probably just react to that with Danzai. But, you know, just running towards her like half the screen and then doing Danzai, a lot of the time if you run at them, you're going to elicit a reaction, you know, and they're just going to kill themselves on the Danzai.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, especially in a matchup like this, right, where she can Ryujin straight in and kick you in the face for doing a Danzai.
Right.
Oh, a little bit of a miss there. But like, doing Danzai on reactions, or like Danzais where you force her to block it, it's like, hey, great idea, right? Like.
Yeah, and so there we see, again, just Ephelle using really good options in the matchup, like using dead angle early to get a knockdown and relieve the pressure. And again, that's why Danzai is so important. You have to anticipate stuff like that because dead angles knocking you down is a big problem for A.B.A, right? So when they have that 50% meter, you want to be aware. Oh, bad drop. Oh, but misses the knockdown.
Oh, gonna call off? Yeah, that's gonna be it. Night-night.
Yep.
Again, really
Ephelle
good.
had the knockdown and then went for a little bit more of a combo. Could have just left the knockdown as it is.
Ephelle has really good awareness on the blood gauge, and it's something that, you know, if you play in other fighting games, it's interesting how many characters in this game. It's actually really important for you to look at their various gauges or resources, and A.B.A is one of the biggest examples of that.
Yeah, it looked like burstburglar tried to hard bait the burst there by just jumping. Alright, burstburglar is really in control this round. Just has to make sure they don't run out of Roha meter. 2S, just really great 2S use as anti-air. I love the patience. I mean, this is something that I feel like you don't see from a lot of A.B.As, just the patience. And a beautiful time Danzai!
Hell yeah, Danzai, you know, it does everything you want. Something I'm also, before I get to point it out, I don't think I'm seeing a lot of jump cancel Danzai!
Hell yeah!
Huge! That's what I'm talking about, baby!
I actually love to see it. I actually love to see it.
Just before I forget to mention it, Ryan, in case you want to talk about it, we're not seeing a lot of jump cancels out of 2Hs for A.B.A, which is such a powerful, powerful risk-cranking tool for her, right? So, maybe
yeah, but I think it's overused. I think it's the kind of thing where you want to do it rarely, because I don't think it's that good, honestly, because there's better options out of 2H, I think. Just doing nothing and taking the plus frames, or doing like a delayed cancel into, you know, another normal, or Rekka, or, you know, something. Danzai.
As we saw earlier, Danzai.
But, nice. Gets out of the Moroha mode. But yeah, I would say the one thing that's still missing from burstburglar is we're still not seeing Goku, and I think it's just a familiarity thing. They mentioned in between the last two sets, they just weren't that familiar, you know, they're just not used to using it. But I think that'll really fill in a lot of the holes in the way burstburglar plays, because they play so conservatively that they wind up playing patiently, and, you know, the Moroha meter gets a little low, and, you know, the Goku activation is a great way to refill the meter, so...
Oh, and that
Nice
reset is going to do it. Ephelle is 2-1. As a reminder, this is losers finals, so they still got to win another one.
Yes, Barbar. A.B.A 2H is in Moroha, the two-hitting one, is another just all-purpose move. It's plus on block, it's 2 hits, it's cancelable, jump cancelable.
It's like a level 19 move. It cranks your risk 4,000.
Yeah, it cranks your risk gauge like way up, yeah. I'm a big fan of just 2H into 2H. Nothing puts the fear in them as much as 2H into 2H.
Nothing's gonna make them contemplate their life as much as 2H,
yeah.
2H.
Yeah.
Gosusen in, nice!
Very nice. I can't say enough about burstburglar's, you know, normal mode play. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And normal mode play, you know, it's like, it's a part of the character that nobody is passionate about, but it's something you have to be good at as an A.B.A.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I like the attempt there also for burstburglar running up and contesting the sweep when they saw the cards being activated. Just a little too far, unfortunately.
Oh,
great reaction. They both knew that they both knew, you know? But
yeah.
It was like, what else am I going to do, you know?
Kick in the face, the DP. Wow, just lets the knockdown rock wake up.
Let's go. Fishing with those jump H's, very strong air.
There it be!
Run up force. I told you, they see A.B.A running up there. They have to do something. What are they going to do? Let you run up on them? They know they're going to die.
Yeah, A.B.A is one of those characters where blocking her could actually kill you. Like, it could actually be the reason you lose. So, like, you kind of get desperate and you want to stop the approach by, like, any means.
Ooh, small misexecution of the sweep. But got into Morroha anyway, so... Uh-oh. It didn't get knocked down, so that wasn't that bad.
That was the weirdest series of noises I've ever heard in my life. I didn't like that.
Oh, we got a problem here. Oh, that's it.
Oh, mamma mia! She was still recoiling from the cough. Is that it?
So Ephelle on set point, is that right?
Yes. Potentially last round here. If Ephelle wins, that is going to be it. That is going to be night-night. If burstburglar wins, we will go into a last game.
This has been a great set. I want to see more.
Yeah, right.
Nice. I like that burst from Ephelle, not letting A.B.A transform for free.
Yeah, unfortunately, the burglar, you know, usually he's so ready for situations like that, but his spidey sense wasn't tingling.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Wow. I like the RC. Keep it going. Look at the guard meter. Yeah, do not get hit.
This is a little risky.
Get hit. Oh boy.
God, that wasn't even a full combo. Did a lot.
Yeah. Those are the kind of spots, like, that happens to everyone, right? Like, you don't actually know what to do with all the counter hits. If you don't have a combo planned, it can actually be kind of hard to convert sometimes.
Look at all the health Ephelle got back. Oh, that was actually punished. Beautiful burst
ties it up.
2-2.
This is an awesome set. This is a great back and forth set.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. Excuse me, Simps Crust, it's Risk with a C. You know, if you don't want to use a proper Guilty Gear Turbo, no, I'm just kidding. All right, Ephelle burstburglar, final game. And this can really go either way, right? This can be Ephelle gets 3 knockdowns and GG's, or it could really, let's see what happens. I have no idea.
All right, early pressure here from Ephelle. Oh, it looked like burstburglar was going to blood pack and then maybe try to do it too soon. It didn't come out, or they second guessed because Ephelle was kind of squirming out of the fireball. They didn't trust it. There it is.
Yeah, and that was a good. What's the opposite of a hit confirm? It's not hitting confirm. That was a good recognition that he wasn't hitting him and going for an alternative thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right, 2H.
I guess a block confirm.
So I would say that the one thing that burstburglar really has been consistent about that is not great is really just not ending combos in a knockdown. And I don't know enough specifics about A.B.A to know how to correct that, but I would just recommend simplifying your combos if you need to. Parries the second hit of the Dom's Eye.
I was making sure I saw that right. I wanted you to say it. I was like, this happened.
That was sick. That was sick. This, like I said at the beginning of this game, this has just been back and forth. They've just been one-upping each other, you know, with you know, the adaptation. Beautiful. Yeah, 100% blocks it from Eugen. Oh!
Oh, what was that doing? Why was he doing a little jig?
I think burstburglar wasn't sure if they could get a blood pack or not. Maybe they decided they didn't want to. No, okay, they do. Because sometimes it's right to not transform when you have a huge life lead. You just need, you know, a single hit. You don't want to risk the Morroha mode, you know, the downside.
Yeah, 100%. And burglar takes the first round. He's potentially 1 round away from taking this over Ephelle.
I love the fireball use, and notice that burstburglar is not forcing the blood pack. They're fighting it out in normal mode. They're not afraid. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, you can only get IK'd so many times before you're just like, I don't want a blood pack anymore. So I really like burglar making that adjustment. Again, trying to hard bait the burst by just jumping, and it's a good example of what I was talking about like an hour or so ago, where burstburglar was, oh, that's gonna hit. Nice conversion. Where burstburglar is trying to hard bait the burst, but they're jumping an FD. It's not necessary. If you're gonna hard bait a burst, just jump. You're gonna make it worse for yourself if they do burst, because you're gonna push yourself back. You don't need to FD to block it. Okay, burglar's in a dangerous situation here. He cannot get knocked down again. That's gonna be it. Ephelle's gonna take this to the last round. Wow, with 5% health left. Dude, as soon as I saw that combo ending, I was like, get it more, huh? You gotta stop. Like, and that was a good example. burstburglar, we talked about it before, they're just not comfortable with Goku activation. That was a perfect spot. They had 50% to just wake up in Goku and reset the meter. Yeah. Dust hits! Ooh, 5D, haven't seen that. Gets the impossible dust, but drops the extension.
Good FD there from Ephelle. Get the pressure off a little bit. I gotta say, you know, A.B.A's 5S and 5H outside of Moroha, really, like, nothing to write home about.
I mean, burstburglar, he's had an opportunity and then dropped it. Now it's getting a little tough. Drop?
Yeah, Burglar's getting thrown in the corner, but he's not in Moroha, so this doesn't hurt nearly as much as it could.
Had burst as well.
Dead!
Oh, had burst.
Oh!
Okay.
Okay.
The biggest problem here is we don't have access to Donzai.
We do not have access to Donzai and Burglar.
And that's gonna be it. Yeah, the close slash.
Gonna go.
Tough break.
Tough break.
I mean, that was a fantastic set. That was like the first round that we actually saw where he just could not get into Moroha. That was actually crazy.
Outside of that, he was looking fantastic that whole set. That was really close.
Yeah, I mean, that was fantastic. We saw both those players before, so I won't go too deep into. I think we'll just ride the hype right into grand finals here. But just to touch on what we talked about before, I would say the same stuff we were seeing more of. Ephelle played great. I would just say a good thing that you could improve on is just diversifying your pressure. One of the big advantages of Jam is her speed, but I don't just mean her movement speed. I mean how quickly she can reset her pressure, because she has really unconventional reverse beats, you know, like 2S5K, and I don't even remember all of them, they're so weird, but you know, using whiff normals to reset your pressure is just so strong because it happens so fast that the opponent doesn't even realize what you're doing, and you've already pressured them. So, you know, it's good to set the foundation and set the level 1 expectation of, you know, 2K, 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 2D, keep them honest, make sure they're blocking low, all that stuff. But once you know that they are blocking low, you want to open it up and start, you know, doing some more freeform stuff. It does take a lot of practice though, because it is very unconventional. So,
yeah.
But yeah, great stuff. And just real quick from burstburglar, we already mentioned. I think I love the way you're playing the neutral game. I love the way you're approaching, you know, going in and out of Moroha. I think if you just add Goku to your game, and again, just to start as a defensive thing to prevent yourself from getting, you know, running out of meter, I think your win percentage will skyrocket. So.
Yeah, 100%. And everybody, please, I'm not gonna lie, everybody. You know, the noise this week been weak. I'm gonna have to see more noise from you because we are getting into grand finals. Nerzum and Ephelle, a rematch in an immediate forward hammerfall.
Yeah, the run back.
Sorry.
So let's see if Ephelle can not get, you know, beaten by 6P as badly, because I think that was really the problem. Nice block on the overhead.
Oh my god, why did that whiff?
Because it was hitting. Because it was hitting.
It was like 20 minutes later.
Yeah. What you have to throw in Vuln after you leave hit stun. So
oh, and he was crouching. That might have actually done it.
Yeah. And that's what I had mentioned to Nerzum after the last set. You know, that string seems a little bit autopiloted almost. Definitely need to switch that up a little bit and add in some other options to make that option more scary.
Wow, backwards Mega Fist is a defensive option, huh? I mean, it works.
I don't hate the 6K into Potbuster.
I can only speak to Potemkins with feedback for things I hate or don't hate, because you're playing a grappler. Wow, good meaty buster.
Nice.
Ow.
So one thing that we haven't seen from Ephelle, we've seen a few very strategically placed parries when, you know, they were guaranteed or things like that. If in cases like this, where like Potemkin is a really good example of this, because it doesn't actually come up that often. But, you know, a character who is meeting you not with a projectile and they're doing like a safe jump, wake up parry is a perfectly legitimate option. So, you know, again, kind of thing you don't want to overuse, because if you start overusing it, they'll just do an empty jump and, you know, in this case, pop ups for you while you're trying to parry. But again, you want to represent all your options. You want to make them have to think about as many things as possible. And when you see that Nerzum really tends to like doing the safe jump here, like that exact safe jump, you wanna force them to rethink it. You want to force them to, you know, start using other options. Safe jump again. Yeah. See, all this pressure could be broken up by wake up parry, and it's not going to work forever. But, you know, force him to switch it up.
A lot of offense in fighting games, right? It's like, okay, it may not be the cleanest answer in the world, right? It won't do everything. It's not Danzai. It won't beat every option.
Yeah.
But
it only slices and dices.
Yeah.
Also, you know.
But like, it's important to do those things just to catch them off, right? And then they'll try to adapt to like your defensive options, and that's like how you get the ebb and flow of the match going, right? So.
Yeah, well, think about it. If you don't make him stop doing the safe jump, he's gonna do the safe jump every time. It's a safe jump. It doesn't lose to anything else.
Yeah.
So by forcing him to do that, once he stops doing the safe jump every time, you are effectively weakening his offense, because when he doesn't do the safe jump, he's more susceptible to other things. It's not as airtight.
Oh my god, the mini 6H. You gotta, you know.
Oh, messed up the hammerfall break.
Oh, okay. Heavily noticed home.
Are we gonna see the parry again?
No.
I love that attempt though, trying to just air to air with jump S.
Is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be enough, Ryan?
Super? Just super.
No.
Just super. Just super.
Oh, the names are switched. Thank you.
Oh boy, this is a problem now.
Wow,
Okay.
I have never seen a super assault my face as much as that one. Those of you can't see.
That's the super that I wanted in the combo.
Yeah.
Just a ton of hits, just, you know.
Real quick tangent, I have Ryan's face on the screen next to me, and the amount of flashing that was on his face while that was happening was incredibly funny. Anyway, good
I like
6H
what I just
pressure.
saw. I saw sweep into the slide, which is what I had mentioned in between the last set. Nice.
Did that cross up?
It might have. It's hard to tell.
Oh, just hit it with the Shimimasen, nothing behind it.
Okay, nice. Take him to the corner. Ooh.
Wow, gets a combo because I don't think he usually combos off that, but that was a counter hit.
Alright, found a spot to force break card, didn't get punished with slide head. Nice reaction!
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Beautiful.
You know, Potemkins, you gotta keep them in line. You know, they smell blood in the water with slide heads. You gotta hit them for it.
Just super. Just super. Just super.
Wow, went for the long extension.
The next hit was gonna whiff, so that was cutting it about as close as you could get.
But Ephelle takes one over nerzum. Ephelle hadn't taken one over nerzum at all in the first Winners Finals. So did Ephelle find the answer? You know, did they go off camera, do 1 billion push-ups, coming back looking huge?
I mean, I will say we have not seen Ephelle just IEDing into 6P a bunch of times, and I think that is probably making a huge difference. So, you know, it's a lot of damage and a lot of opportunity to be giving up frequently against Potemkin.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting, right? Like, it's like, people always talk about grapplers versus zoners, but like striker versus grappler is another one of those like sort of classic-y matchups, where a lot of times characters like, you know, Jam, or even like, you know, some like strikers and like Super Turbo, they don't want to go in on a grappler because like that's scary. So you do have to play like a little bit more reserved than you usually would, just because like Jam's never drank milk in her life, right? Like she gets hit, her bones shattered. So like it's something you have to know.
I was wondering where you were going with that. It was like, what does milk have to do with anything? Alright, here's that same conversion we've seen a bunch of times.
What the hell is
You
that?
get the reverse hit, but that does happen, and that's a good fix to just retard, to know when it's going to go backwards and just retard.
Dunked out the This is so dangerous! There's the buster, and life is going to be basically evened up at this point.
Ooh, the counter hit.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that's going to do it.
extension.
The extend. Yeah. I really want to see Ephelle wake up parry. I feel like, actually, the more I'm thinking about it, yeah, and there it is again. Ephelle is using 6H on wake up basically every time. It's like the equivalent of what nerzum is doing, where he's doing the safe jump every time. It's the same idea, where it's basically safe against everything that they do, but it's working more than I think it needs to in both cases. You know, I'm not really sure why nerzum is getting hit by the 6H so much. I think they're trying to backdash a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, Ephelle is letting nerzum get away with the safe jump by not doing wake up parry. So
I gotta say, man, nerzum is possibly doing the most pop busters I've ever seen in my life. Like, usually Potemkin is a character where you're scared of the buster and he's landing hits. He's just sneaking in busters every like 2 seconds.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, he's just, he picked Potemkin and was like, what's the command grab? Hell yeah, let's get in there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, potentially last game here, if you can believe it. All near the quick. Yeah, catching the toes this time. Wow, great jump back.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, I'm going to talk about that after more, but the more we see of nerzum, the more I'm confident that that is a bad habit.
Yeah.
That 5K 2S autopilot into Potemkin Buster, you got to be hit confirming that because it keeps hitting over and over, and you know, the reset is harder on yourself because they're in hit stun, so you have to wait super long to pop Buster. And why would you reset them when you could just get a knockdown? You know, just finish your combo.
Yeah.
So.
And it's also like, you know, as a grappler, like half the damage you do is psychological damage, right? And like completing your combos and constantly knocking them down will usually put you in better spots than trying to constantly go for resets, right?
Exactly. It just like the anxiety meter just keeps going up every time they knock you down.
Yeah, and potentially last round here for nerzum, the anti-air Mega Fisto, wake up DP.
Again, meaty 6H hitting. Ephelle was doing a really good job, nice blocking the burst. Oh no, that's a punish. Ephelle was doing a really, really good job of, like, the last couple of games of confirming off that meaty 6H hit into like 2P into a knockdown. But the last couple have dropped, oh boy.
Oh man, that's gonna be a lot of damage. A pixel. Gonna try to do wake up gold burst. You know, I respect it. When the chips are this down, it's a worthy option.
Oh, I like the attempt, but yeah. So nerzum takes it.
Yeah, just like that, nerzum is gonna take it 3-1, and that's gonna be it for tonight. Ryan, did you want to show off anything in the last little bit here, or are you chilling?
I don't think that there's anything necessarily more I can show. I guess one last thing I'll try to show. I don't know that I'll be able to because I don't know if I know enough about Jam. I kind of do.
But while you're whipping that up, also, let me just say, congratulations to everybody who played. Congratulations, Ephelle, for taking second. Definitely an awesome placement. You should be hella proud of yourself. And big congrats to nerzum for taking the whole tournament. Remember, top 8. As your reward for making it a top 8, you are banned from the Beginner Cup. If me and Ryan seeing you again, we'll beat that ass. But you are very much welcome in our Unrestricted Cup, which is on the alternative week. Strongly encourage you to enter those. Clearly, you are strong enough to play. You know, you're not swimming in the kiddie pool anymore. It's time to play some real-ass GG. So go get in there in the Unrestricted Cup. But yeah, this was an awesome tournament. This was sick.
So yeah, I'm glad you just gave that speech, so I had a second to look at this first, because like I thought, my Jam knowledge is all based on old vanilla stuff, and I don't think it's quite the same in this game, because what I thought was that carded Ryujin was like untechable to the ground. I think it used to be in the older games. Maybe I'm just misremembering, because I remember what I was going to mention is that Ephelle was doing, like, the combo they were using a lot was this into this, and it didn't look right to me. And in my mind, I was imagining carded Ryujin into Puffball, which is like way better, but I don't think it works in this game anymore.
Damn.
So
Wheel us to the old folks home, Ryan. We're done.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like you said, overall, fantastic matches. These were, you know, great sets. Just good job from everybody. You know, really just great to see everybody come out again for another week.
Yeah.
And yeah, the stuff that I mentioned earlier is really the main stuff that I would say to both Ephelle and nerzum. Ephelle, specifically in the pot matchup, if you go back and watch, I'm assuming you weren't listening during the match, but don't be afraid to wake up parry if they're, like, if you go back, nerzum did the safe jump 100% of the time. So, you know, against certain characters that are doing safe jumps like that, the wake up parry is a really good tool to force them to switch it up and give yourself more options. And then just, you know, to me, I don't want to minimize this and make it sound trivial. To me, this is like the most advanced and interesting thing for Jam. But I'm going to stress it again because I think it's also her strongest suit, which is her unconventional reverse beats. So, you know, doing stuff like this and whiffing 5K. I forget what the other ones even are. There's like, I don't even remember. But all the reverse beats. Isn't there also like, yeah, this one is really good. But yeah, just doing, you know, just different pressure strings where, you know, you reset your pressure, because look at how fast this is. When you whiff this, it is insanely fast. Like, before they even realize what is happening, you're back in their face. And if they do start reacting, you just start doing stuff like this. You start doing like this. She has all sorts of tricks, and you can really once you get really comfortable with her, you can really start to freestyle and flow, and you'll have really intuitive answers for what they're doing, if that makes sense. So, but the foundation that you have is fantastic. So that's why I'm saying, even though this is pretty advanced, this is the kind of stuff that if I was in your shoes and you had a good foundation, I would be excited to start diving into this stuff. And then for nerzum, again, great stuff. Same idea. You had a great foundation. Everything you were doing was great. I would just say try to mix up your block strings more. Very similar advice. I think the more I saw of you, it really looked like you were autopiloting, in a lot of cases, 5K2S into Potbuster. Make sure that that's not on autopilot, and make sure you're hit confirming that. Take your knockdowns when you get the hit, and just mix it up. Sometimes do 5K2S Hammerfall Break Potbuster. Just even that little bit of a change is a big difference. And then you can start working in Hammerfall FRC and stuff like that. You just need more variation. But other than that, really solid stuff. You were using 6P well. You were playing good defense. Just good stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Both players incredibly strong. Also, fast reactions tonight. I don't know about you. It just seemed like people were like reacting to shit, which is like really awesome to see, right? I think like a lot of the things that people have to work on are like technical, just sort of like routing options and combos and stuff. But like, the base level of play, overall, incredibly impressed. Y'all were killing it.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Awesome. So thank you again, Ryan, for joining me this week. I assume maybe we'll be doing this again. Maybe. I
think so.
Nice. So whatchamacallit, I will catch you later, Ryan. Is there anything you want to say here before I kick you out and just kind of close out the stream here?
Just same thing I say every week. Thank you for running the stream. Everybody give Bones their thanks.
And Trinity.
And of course, gotta give our thanks to Trinity, running the whole bracket like a champ. 64-person bracket in a couple of hours, and acts as stream runner to get us diverse matches on the stream. So everybody say thank you to Trin and Bones for. I just sit here and talk. It's easy. So
thank you.
What are you, an Era sub? Thanks, Trin. Awesome, cool. Then with that, Ryan, I'm gonna go ahead and kick you out of here.
Sorry. One last thing, just a reminder in case anybody didn't hear. If you didn't get on stream, you entered the tournament, and you want your matches reviewed, you can send them over to me. There's a form. You can go to my Twitch page. Or if you just want your matches reviewed, any level, you can redeem channel points. I will review your matches. So if you want more feedback, I got some submissions during this tournament from people in this tournament. So it's good to see. So
yeah. Awesome. All right, well, why don't you skedaddle, dude? You catch some sleep. I know I am after this. I would really like to play some Monster Hunter, but you and I have full-time jobs, and I probably shouldn't. But I'll catch you later, Ryan, okay?
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Take it easy.
Adios, friend. Bam. Just like that. Cool. Okay, couple of things. I know a lot of you probably been waiting this. You've been waiting in the wings. I'm going to go ahead and post the URL for the next beginner's bracket, which is in next week. That's the URL I just posted in the stream chat. So register for it. If you have friends who have been wanting to play in it, this is the time to scream at them and tell them to register. Also, thank you everybody for all the kind words. That's going to be the bracket for next week. And then other than that, I think we're chilling. I don't think there's anything I really want to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and play our little outro here. If you haven't been in this stream before, if you have, you know what's coming. And I hope you're excited about it. But if you haven't been, the way this works is I'm going to go ahead and play this outro. And then you are going to, as the characters are appearing on screen, shout out in the chat when you see you. You're going to shout out when you see yourself in the intro, okay? Or in the outro, rather. Let me do one of these. And all right, let's get the outro on up here, and then we can start closing out the stream. Bam! Crank this shit up. Dun, 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 dun. Remember, the good and the bad, no matter what, we always will have Uno. Bada bing, bada boom. We're gonna call that a stream, everybody. I'm gonna get this out of here. Why are you still here? And bam. When are we doing Uno tournaments? Dude, I've had to actually play Uno with a certain significant other's family recently, and Uno is brutal. I'm too old for this. It's bad for my heart.
Romantic.
But not so bad at my heart for me to thank Redemption. By the way, everybody, thank you so much for the follows. I hope you understand for me, not just like when Ryan's in the middle of a description, me just going like, and shoutouts too. I try to give him his little, you know, like while we're explaining the tournament. But I really do appreciate everybody following, dropping by, showing support. Y'all are wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and raid Wednesday night fights Guilty Gear tournament that's going on right now. So I'm going to send y'all over to there, and I'll catch you later, okay? Thanks, everybody. But it's Tuesday? Wait, am I insane? It is tonight, right? Let me double check here. Yes. Wednesday night fights on a Tuesday. Okay, just making sure. It is Wednesday night fights on a Tuesday. Okay, just making sure. Look, I didn't make the name chat. What do you want from me? Everybody's like, excuse me, streamer, if you read the contract that you signed when you went to raid this channel, I do believe it said that. No, okay, I'm just kidding. All right, adios, everybody. Y'all have a good one, all right?